Welcome to the SavePoint Report. My name is Eric. I'm joined by Marvin.
Hello, thanks for having me.
And I'm joined by
Long time
Eli.
no see.
Yeah, I
Hello.
know.
And I'm joined by Fox.
Hello.
Today we've got not a super stacked podcast, but some interesting topics nonetheless. We're going to be going over everyone's favorite word, discourse on the internet. Isn't that exciting?
Almost like Discord.
It's fun, cool
Yeah,
stuff.
true.
We've good, sensible takes.
We've got some news about Crunchyroll and their crackdown of piracy sites, a little bit on what we've been playing, and some Fantasy Critic updates. And we're also introducing a new segment for some trivia, little game we're going to play. So you can look forward to all of that. But first, we're going to hop right into the discourse. It's been more than usual, I would say, of people complaining about multiple different things, and especially video game related new releases. It seems like everything that comes out now has some sort of discourse associated with it, and we kind of just wanted to, pick it apart a little. A lot of it is extremely ridiculous. So
it's been an especially spicy one. I feel like something's got people all up in a tizzy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like the chuds are in full force lately.
Yeah.
Especially like it almost like seems like it's been like a long time. It almost feels like it's been a long time since the last podcast, but it hasn't. There's just been so much stuff that's happened.
Yeah.
It's like every day there's some new ridiculous thing. It's just flooding my feed.
Pretty much it's just I've been seeing shit on Twitter that made me mad and I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
No, every time I go on Instagram, I see a new game that came out that I know is a good game that's been review bombed for some ridiculous reason.
Yeah.
That's what we're about to hop into.
Yeah, the first one here is Slay the Spire. Eli, could you kind of give us a rundown of what's going on with Slay the Spire?
So I don't know like super crazy much about this, but basically it's that Anita Sarkeesian. If you're a terminally online chud, like three of us in here, you may know who that is. I know Marvin didn't really know, and he's blessed. He's the blessed among us for thankfully not knowing who that is. But as I said in the SavePoint Discord like a week ago when this first started happening, if you know who that is, you just deserve to be dead right now. So sadly, with the SavePoint podcast will just be Marvin.
Yeah,
because the people that like are mad about this is like it's this old Gamergate stuff from like a decade ago. That it's like
what's that
cares,
meme? It's
bro?
like the Japanese soldiers thinks he's been fighting for 14 years or whatever.
Yeah.
It's very much
like
that.
It's
It's like,
it up.
Oh, she was the woke. She took our video games away. Honestly, like when we were watching those Screw Attack videos for the like reaction to the top 10s we did recently, I was sort of like, damn, she actually was probably kind of right.
Yes, yeah.
We probably didn't need to
those
have a
were
discussion
rough.
about some of this stuff.
Yeah, those were really rough.
She basically had like some sort of a consulting position or something at I don't know who makes Slay the Spire. I forget their name.
Megacrit?
Megacrit, yes, yeah.
I believe
Just,
she literally was just
sure.
like, just a sensitivity coordinator.
Yeah. And so this is like the second wave of the review bombing. The first wave was for balancing, which is like whatever. I guess at least there's some merit to that. But now, literally, she's just in the game's credits. So now it's like instead of I don't know, Chinese chuds who were the ones review bombing it before. Now it's like American chuds.
And it's like they literally don't even know what she did on the game. Like it didn't impact it in any way. It hasn't done anything. Like it's not like it was like, oh, Anita Sarkeesian came in and changed the art on this card. Like the game was out. They were appreciating the game and liking it, and then they caught that she was in the credits like a month after it came out or whatever, and now they're mad at it.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's this thing I feel like I see these people who are like trying to act like it's a bigger deal than it is. Like nobody's censoring games. She's just being like, yeah, maybe don't just only have women to be a vehicle for boobs and ass in your game.
Yeah.
But now we have like the Lords of the Fallen devs coming in and being like, well, that's what our game's gonna market on, baby. We're gonna appeal to that crowd.
Yeah.
My camera fell down.
It's just ridiculous. I couldn't imagine like retroactively changing my opinion and deciding to get mad about something when it has in no way impacted the product that I'm using.
Yeah. Well,
when it comes to something like that, it's not like she like, I guess if like the creator came out and said a bunch of racist shit, that would be one thing.
Mhm.
But it's like you literally couldn't see her impact. Nothing has happened to change anything.
Yeah.
And now you're mad.
But like that, it is such a great example of the fact that just doesn't matter, and there really is no tangible impact on most of, if not any of this stuff. But if there is something that they can attach to and complain about, they will, because that's how they get clicks on Twitter. So
Yeah,
yeah,
especially you see the verified accounts saying stuff, and they even like, because it's like you just get money if you just say dumb things on Twitter. Now you get money for it.
Yeah. So of course
Monetization
engagement
was the worst
farming is
change.
it's going to be the biggest like boom in completely baseless conjecture. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I can't believe we're still talking about this woman in the year of our Lord
It's honestly
2026.
absurd. And also, like, it's a thing where the people not like having Twitter Blue that aren't getting paid for these dumbass takes, they're just regurgitating what the slop farms tell them. It's a thing where I'm like, this just seems like somebody whose brain is so burnt out on like internet discourse, they can't feel anything at all anymore.
Yeah.
So anger is the only thing that gets through.
Yeah,
So they just need something to be mad at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
it's tough.
that could segue nicely into our second discourse topic, unless Marvin had more he wanted to say about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Marvin, was there
No,
something you
no,
wanted to say
I
about
know
this?
you don't really.
Well, I was just going to mention earlier about the changes from the first to the second game, and thinking about it, like the first game wasn't advertised or had any sort of like sexual explicitity.
Yeah, no.
Close enough.
And so the change from the first game to the second game was like minimal at all, if none at all, in that kind of category. So it's like, why are you coming to this game to complain about it? You know,
Like, I'm not playing Slay the Spire to come, bro.
for sure not. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but that was it. We can move
you
on.
also kind of, and I'm sure this will come up again, but it's you notice a lot with these people that like the only thing they ever do is complain about like woke or just complain about things in general. It's like these people don't actually engage or know anything about the properties that they complain about. It's like it's just the most like tourist farming thing. It's just like I have to get mad at whatever some game I've never played and don't care about at all. It's just ridiculous.
Well, and we'll see that in our next game too.
Yeah, the next one's one of the worst
Very
years.
So, in
perfect.
the game came out recently. It's called Mixtape. It is a pretty short indie, or we'll talk about that as well. We don't know how we'll classify it, but it's a pretty short indie style game, very like story based. What I think a few years ago we would have called a walking simulator kind of thing, but with some cool mini games thrown throughout. And so the recent thing about it, there's just been a huge upswell, and this is kind of a topic that comes, I feel like this rears its ugly head every couple of years, about the idea of games that are shorter, how much they should be worth monetarily, whether they're even considered games, especially when they kind of take this walking simulator, very visual movie-like method of like story delivery and gameplay. And then, of course, also, if there's emotions or women in it, it's woke. So that's kind of been the other complaint levied. Am I missing anything about Mixtape?
That's most of what
they're
I've
also
seen.
there's people that are claiming that it's like astroturfed or like nepo baby because one of the devs is like the daughter or something of some CEO. And they're like, it's not indie because the person making it has a lot of money, and they also got money from like the Australian government. It's just like that none of that is related.
The size of the team that's working on it, right? Not like your capital funding.
Well,
if you
so I
have
guess-
$1 million, but you're one person doing all of it, you're still an indie game, right?
I do want to start just by saying, for the record, we're not going to be getting into our opinions on Mixtape. We all have opinions on it, which we'll be discussing in sort of a new thing that we're going to be doing probably later this week, where we discuss a game every week, and Mixtape is going to be the first for that. So we've all played at least a good chunk of it. I think 3 of us have finished it.
Yeah, someone here has it.
And I want to not, like, we want to save our thoughts for that. And this is just going to be talking about the stupid Twitter people.
Yeah.
So to start with, the indie game thing. This is one thing that I kind of wanted to hone in on because it's such a weird case, right? because we don't have a defined term for what an indie game actually is.
Sure.
So that's where things get tricky, because obviously just having a publisher, I guess, could technically make you not an indie game, but then that cuts out things like Cuphead, cuts out things like all the other shit published by Annapurna, like I think Outer Wilds is. I know Edith Finch was. Nowadays Remedy is, but it feels weird calling them an indie studio. Even though it's the same publisher as this indie game publisher. So I was kind of thinking maybe if they're owned by a studio, like then that would be a thing. Like if the publisher owns the like development house, but then that would exclude Game Freak, and that would make them indie because Game Freak is technically not owned by Nintendo.
Yeah.
So it gets like, how do we define this?
I do think trying to define it in only one of those categories is not going to work anymore, right? I do think it kind of has to be a combination of how much funding are they getting, how big is the team, are they being published, by who are they being published, and also I think just like kind of the nature of the game, because at the end of the day, it's like other than what this popped up last year with like the Game Awards having a Best Independent Game category, that is pretty much the only time that term like actually functionally matters. I mean, whether or not you consider those awards to matter, it's a whole other thing. But like, other than that, it is kind of just like a term meant to categorize certain things. But I think with the lines being blurred so much between what is indie and what isn't, I feel like the term is just kind of losing meaning in a way. And so I personally just use it when I see fit, and when I think that someone hearing me say that a certain game is indie, they're not like, oh yeah, that makes no sense. Like I think you just kind of have to look at the spirit of a game and combine that with the publisher and the team size and all that stuff to come up with your own conclusion. Because I think us trying to find a solid definition is going to be tough for that.
I think also, you can also say like some games were indie and are no longer indie. I mean, like something like Minecraft is. People don't even think of Minecraft as an indie game anymore, but that game was an indie game before it got bought out by Microsoft.
Or even like Cave Story, which started as developed by one dude, released its freeware game, and then now it's owned by Nicholas, and they're the ones publishing everything for it.
Did Epic do Unreal before Fortnite?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Epic had a bunch of had like Quake and stuff too. So they had some big games before. Right?
But it's
Quake, am I
also
thinking
like-
that game? I think. I don't know.
No, if Epic was
no,
the way.
they didn't make
I don't think
Oh,
so.
okay, maybe I'm
like-
Unreal
Unreal
Tournament.
Tournament.
That's what I'm thinking of. Sorry. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Also, Gears of War, right? Was that?
I mean, to be fair, every
I don't
like
remember.
long
I don't
gaming
think so.
franchise, like you could say, started as an indie game. Like, I assume the first Call of Duty, but
Yeah, but I think they still
don't
had
think I'd say
Activision as
every-
a publisher. I think so.
Well, so
Probably
then
not
that
that.
gets to the question of like, does it actually matter how big the publisher is? Because Cuphead was published by Xbox,
Yeah.
as was
Yeah.
Ori.
See, like I
Also
wouldn't call Cuphead an
For
indie
digital
game.
games.
Probably.
It was
you
done by like
wouldn't
2
call
dudes,
Cuphead an
mostly.
indie game?
Well, I mean, if it's published by Xbox, like,
I do. I think the best definition I've probably heard of it was from Yahtzee Croshaw, who is formerly Zero Punctuation, now fully Remblematic, working with Second Wind. And he said that he basically considers the game indie if the owner of the studio feasibly would have developed on it. Like, feasibly they went down and hand-coded shit themselves.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
It's sort of a way to discuss it.
That's
That really
interesting.
focuses on the creation team behind it and like
Yeah,
how many people are involved.
yeah.
I also want to say that a point I was going to bring up earlier that kind of messes with me. I think in general, the indie definition is indie also feels like a style of game, and like just like how it's made graphically. Like when I think of the Cuphead style, it does make me think indie, even if it was published by Xbox.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
can skew the definition a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do
It does
think
almost feel like
sorry.
it's getting to a point where like it's kind of an arbitrary label. Because even in things like the Game Awards, it's like they considered Expedition 33 an indie game, and that was something that was considered viable for that category, which is a big part of why people got mad about the labeling stuff, because it ended up beating out like Silksong, and then Pizza Tower got beat out the one year by whatever it was that won that.
Dave
the Diver.
Yeah.
Dave the Diver, which that one like
Owned by-
explicitly was not an indie studio.
That's like owned by Tencent, yeah. But like,
Yeah.
then like you look back though, and Expedition 33 was eligible, but Baldur's Gate 3 wasn't, even though that was made by Larian, which is an independent team.
Yeah.
So it's like, why was Baldur's Gate not eligible for it, but Expedition 33 was, when they're kind of the same level of that?
Yeah.
I would say. If anything, Larian's probably bigger. They were a more established studio. I mean, Divinity games were huge.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I do think it needs to be a combination, but you know, what do you guys think about? It feels dumb even asking, because like, obviously, I assume we're all on board with the fact that a game can be 3 hours of a lot of walking and talking with some mini games thrown in, because I feel like that's the other thrust of this whole like controversy, is you know, whether or not we should consider those like video games. I personally think that's ridiculous. I mean, I think a visual novel is still a video game if you're clicking buttons to get through the text. You know, it's like
there's interactivity to it. Like I think that's like the only thing that really separates it.
Yeah.
I'm in full agreement, because you know, people are like, oh, it just plays itself, which I mean, when it doesn't, but we'll get into that more when we're talking about the game.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's not outside the realm of like a What Remains of Edith Finch, or a Night in the Woods, or an Oxenfree, or a Life is Strange, even though I hate Life is Strange. Like it's
Telltale
in a
games
similar vein,
to a lesser extent.
Yeah, but I think all those people probably don't consider those games to be games as well, for the most part.
Probably true.
And it's
I'm
just
sort of like, I think games are an art form, and in that, as much or as little as you want to put into it for those things, I think it's ridiculous to be like, this doesn't count as part of the medium when it very clearly is. Whether or not it's a good representation of that medium is another discussion entirely. I personally am a fan of walking sims, but it's like, I don't know, it's absurd to me. It's a ridiculous argument.
If you don't think it's a game, don't play it. You know?
Yeah.
And if you just want to not spend the money, watch a gameplay of it, like, which, I mean, this person did do that. They watched someone play it and they still didn't like it, but you know, that's just their opinion. But if you're like of this idea that you don't want to spend however much on this game, which it is on Game Pass if you wanted to play it, but just watch someone play it and then enjoy the story that way.
Yeah, but like it's so crazy.
Real quick.
But I will say, I think like the third like complaining pillar of this is like the game is woke discourse, which I know Eric has not finished it yet, but the other three of us have, and I don't.
It's not
like that. It's not at all. Like there's literally nothing in the slightest. There's like, even from like the barest to I'm back. Like there's like one like black character. Like almost every other character in this game is like white. Like it's
some form of mixed, but it's
yeah.
And to be clear, if it was quote unquote woke, we wouldn't care or be complaining.
We would be fine.
It's more just
all
the fact
of us
that
except Eli would be just fine with it being woke.
Played it. I would not have played it.
Okay.
But it's literally, it's like there's maybe like one like charged glance between two females, and that's the closest it gets.
It's like slightly implied that they may possibly be like bisexual, and then it's like
one word.
Yeah, it's very.
It's just the fact that they complain about this for any game that's woke, but that their woke isn't present here. So yeah, but sorry, continue.
Well, I mean, it almost like and then even for this, and then even some of the other ones we're gonna talk about, it's like all of this almost boils down to people just not knowing what they're talking about and just getting mad for no reason. And it's like, why do you care about this? Yes, it's like you're making things up to get mad about, and it's like, why is your life so pathetic that you have to do that? I do not understand.
You know what the game is? It's standard coming of age story shocks Anita Sarkeesian by ordering influent woke is what it is. Because it does give the aura of a game that would be like that. I mean, it looks very similar to Life is Strange aesthetically.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a shoe-in for the fucking games for Impact, but
Yeah.
See?
It's just so fucking batshit insane to me that people are choosing to get mad about this of all things. It's like, and really, you know what it was? It's because IGN gave it a 10. That's why people are mad.
Yeah.
Well, that's the fourth
And it's-
reason that all of this I think is happening and that there's so much attention is that it got rated so highly from so many
Yeah.
reviewers.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
then
people like tangling in their hatred for IGN for
Yeah.
this game and like not even really thinking about it, because I think it's also like it's fresh off the heels of one of their reviewers giving Mouse a 6.
True, yeah, that's true.
Which people got really mad at for some reason. I don't know why that game of all games is like the
Like,
one that
yeah,
Judge decided to latch onto, but
I understand disagreeing with an IGN review or agreeing with it, blah, blah, blah. If you are complaining about IGN reviews, you need to go outside. You need to turn your computer
Yes.
off. You need to put down your phone. You need to go outside and you need to touch some grass. Because literally, why do you care? It is a revolving door of reviewers who look at different games and give their score accordingly, just like any other website, though they're, like the biggest one. You should not care about that. I'm sorry. Like, to that extent, where you're like actually, you're taking time out of your day to go online and complain about it. It's ridiculous.
such a pet peeve of mine to see people like see an IGN review and then they're like, "Oh, well, don't listen to these guys. They gave Pokemon Omega Ruby this because of too much water." First of all, that was years ago. Second of all, it's a different guy. Third of all, he was right. So, it's just like a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But the next one here is the Pragmata, and I don't think we have an example of this, but the Pragmata Discourse. Pragmata is a game where you play as a guy who goes to the moon, and there's this little android girl that you kind of, Joel and Ellie style start to take care of and bond with over the game.
He's questionably Mega Man.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Mega Man.
They confirm it's not.
Basically,
Hey,
this controversy, from what I gathered, was just that some people were complaining that the little girl they thought was like being sexualized, the little robot girl.
Then other people were absolutely sexualizing the little girl. Well, yes, there were people complaining about the little girl being sexualized in the game, which they're wrong. There were also people sexualizing the little girl in the game, both like weird people on both sides of the aisle, mostly alt-right chuds. But they were then being like, nobody's doing that. You guys are being ridiculous. It's like they absolutely are. And then there's an entire other subsection of people that think she's the savior of the white race for some reason.
That's the main.
And then I think there was like Tectone or someone in that vein, like one of those guys. I don't remember the specific one because they're the same person over and over. Put out a tweet that was like, "This game is." It's like these guys are this game is reactivating women's biological need to have babies. Making them want to birth children. It's just the most insane shit. Every angle of it's terrible, and I hate it.
What was happening is you would see a clip of a woman playing, some streamer playing Pragmata, and I'm sure this happened to all sorts of people, but they would only choose clips of this happening to women. It's like, they would see a sweet scene with the child, whatever, and like, I don't know, maybe they'd shed a tear or they'd express like, oh, this is so sweet or whatever. And then all these chuds would go online and use that as, oh, look, the leftist ideology is crumbling before their eyes. The one look at a father-daughter relationship has reset the biological attitude of this femoid or whatever they however they phrase it. It's just ridiculous, and it's another touch grass scenario, but.
The thing that makes it even funnier is that, if anything, the game is explicitly pro-adoption. Like, it's not being like, go have children, and, raise the birth rate.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also just like funny, like this is stuff you can only pull on Twitter. Like, if you said this to anyone on the real world outside, they would be like, "What are you talking about?" Like, what, this video game is making people want to have children? Like, what? What are you talking about? That's so weird. Like, you can't be saying that to real people.
No.
I think legally, before you tweet something, you have to go show it to a person in a bar that you do not know. And run it by them first.
If you get punched, you're not allowed to post it.
Yeah.
It's just so bizarre, man.
Okay, moving on then. The next one
that
we've
was a
got
brief
here
one.
is the Mina the Hollower difficulty discourse. slash woke discourse, of course. We can't have we can't
because
have
it is
any,
woke.
non-woke
There are
discourse.
difficulty sliders in the game, of course.
So
I don't understand this one, by the way.
So this tweet from Wahoolet on X, we'll call him out. I don't care. They say that's really so. They're quote tweeting a quote from Yacht Club Games, who are making Mina the Hollower. It's like the kind of the follow up to their game Shovel Knight, spiritual successor to like old school Legend of Zelda games. So woke, of course. Yacht Club Games says, hoping to make the game easier, amp up the challenge, looking to get weird. We've got you covered. Meat of the Hollower has tons of built-in modifiers that customize your experience from the lenient to the punishing. What kind of experience are you going to craft? And then the video quotes and says the biggest assist mode ever, and kind of goes through like the different like difficulty sliders. You know, you can make enemies deal a lot less damage. You could or make you deal more. You have, I assume, like, you know, more lives, things like that. Just ways to make the game easier. And this person on Twitter says, that's really unfortunately was 100% gonna buy this, but I'm not on board with this leftist nonsense about games needing to be piss easy for the sake of accessibility, which is not what that is. It just removes any sense of accomplishment or shared experience. Sayonara Mina. So, yeah, of course they had to throw in some leftist nonsense here. They're complaining, and this has kind of been a debate for a while, about the fact that you can make the game easier, and that somehow ruins your own sense of accomplishment of completing the game. I personally
play the game on the hard difficulty.
yeah. So the thing. So you know, I obviously don't agree with any of their characterization of this being a leftist nonsense issue. However, I do think that, you know, I'm all for games having these accessibility features to make them easier or harder or whatever. The more the merrier. I do think, though, I like how most games handle this in, you know, when you activate one of those modifiers, it removes your ability to earn certain trophies. Because I do think, you know, if the trophy, that is kind of the clearest way, you know, other than, you know, Nintendo consoles don't have it, but in like PlayStation, Xbox, that is like the best way to show that you have accomplished something in a game, you know, and you kind of have a record of it. It's like a fun kind of achievement accomplishment. And so I do agree that if you are going to have these options, which is not what this person is saying, but I agree with some people saying, if you're going to have these options, maybe limit their ability to affect, like, you know, getting certain trophies. But what do you guys think?
I think I don't think we need to touch on the specifics of Mina that much. I think we all can agree this guy's a moron.
Yeah.
And I don't think we need to go too into that. I am interested in the discussion about like assist mode options and things like that, though. Because I got pulled in and I started arguing with a guy under one of these tweets, which I hate doing every time I do. I need to stop.
I'm gonna look into this.
But I essentially he was complaining about it, and I replied to him and said, just don't use them. And he said the option of an escape valve makes it so the experience is changed. And I would almost agree with that if it was like a mechanic in the game that you have to choose to ignore, as opposed to a settings option in a menu that you have to specifically go to and change. Because if you look at like Assassin's Creed Mirage, they had this thing where you could like enter like a bullet time and then just select the people you want to kill, and then you just go kill all of them instantly. And some people were complaining about that being easy, and then people were like, well, just don't use it. It's like, but that's a core mechanic in the game that you can actually upgrade even, that I am specifically going out of my way to ignore and not use. And that's very different from something like this, where it's like, if somebody just wants to like just get through the game and see other parts of it, they can do this.
Like when I'm playing like a shooter game and I'm playing on a hard difficulty, I know there's a difficulty slider. Just because I know it's there doesn't mean my experience has changed.
Yeah,
like,
you've been compromised.
It makes me feel better that I'm doing it on hard. You know, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, so I've sort of given thought to this because Celeste had the accessibility mode back in the day. I think it was one of the first ones that really started doing it in this style, where you get to really change like granular things, and it doesn't disable achievements in Celeste. And I was thinking about like, oh, you know, I kind of wish it disabled achievements, and then I thought about it a little longer, and I was like, do I actually care about this?
That's how I feel.
Because I'm like, I really don't care if somebody else has the same trophy as me, because I know that I got it in this way. I'm not like going around to bars, like going up to women being like, hey, check out my 6th Celeste save. Did it all legit. She's like, well, what if you use the assist mode? I could get that same trophy. That's never happened to anyone in real life ever. So I was just sort of like, I really did get to a point of like, who cares? I'm like I mentioned with Mixtape, it's like I consider games such an art form. I'm like, whatever people want to include or not include, I don't give a shit. Like if Miyazaki came out tomorrow and was like, Elden Ring 2 is going to have the most robust assist mode of any game ever, I wouldn't care in the slightest, because I like these games for reasons where I won't touch that at all. It's just like I think it's sort of a thing. Like it's people take this weird sense of pride in like the Souls games, especially of like, oh, it's like, oh, you beat it with summons? No, you didn't actually beat it then. Oh, you beat it with Spirit Ashes? Didn't actually beat it then. And it's like, that's dumb though, because they did balance the game with those in mind.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the complaints people have about like duo fights and like enemies doing a lot of damage and stuff, that gets mitigated when you have a second body in the fight to take attention off of you. I don't want to turn this into a whole just Elden Ring breakdown though, because that is what will happen if I keep going on that. But I'm just sort of like, I don't know. And this is like, they honestly had this in Shovel Knight. It just wasn't a menu. You had to put in cheat codes.
Yeah, you had to put cheat codes in. Yeah.
And so I'm like, if people want to do that with their game, go for it. If they don't, go for it. The only thing that I would really like, because people do come at it from the accessibility angle. The only thing that I would consider to be an accessibility thing that should be in everything are things like colorblind options and having subtitles and things like that, where it's like, okay, yeah, somebody literally cannot play the game. It's not just a matter of they just need to get better at it. Like those I do think should be in everything. But something like this, if they want to put it in there, put it in there. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I think because I've never particularly cared about achievements at all, but one of the reasons that they do kind of leave a distaste to me is people like this that are like that like so high. It's like a lot of people, it almost seems like they don't care about the game itself and it's more about getting the achievements, and I'm like, I just don't understand that. It's like, who
there
cares?
are people that
I
are
don't
like
get it.
that.
Who cares?
There was like this really bad, like real quick, I just want to throw in this anecdote. There was this really terrible like Avatar game back on the 360 that nobody liked or cared about, except for people who gave a shit about gamer score on the Xbox, because it was so easy to 100%, it just padded the numbers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's a lot of games like that are the only reason people buy them is to like platinum them or to get all the achievements, and it's like, why are you spending your money and time to do this thing that doesn't matter? Like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. And it's like, if you want to do it, who cares? But it's like, whenever you're like, why other games should not, it's like acting like it's some sacred thing. It's like, bro, it does not matter. Who cares? Who cares if someone got this achievement easier or in a harder way than you did? Like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter at all.
What I was gonna say, and I think it's like a less like harsh example of what you're saying, is when it comes to like achievements, I think there is some interest for me in like getting achievements in games I already enjoy, and I'm like, okay, I want to explore this game a bunch. I can kind of check what achievements I need to do, and that'll help me, experience the full game. But when you're then looking at other achievements and trying to like compare and contrast, it's like, well, that's not just like you're saying, it does not matter, and you just need to focus on having a fun experience for yourself when playing.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I pretty much view achievements as a roadmap for what else I can do in the game.
Well, and like different games have different takes on achievements too, because like some are like more like, oh, if you go to this place or complete these missions or whatever, it's like, I think those are fine. But then there are some that are like, find or like touch 3 blue cars to get this achievement. And it's like that's not adding anything to the experience. You're just like putting them there for no reason. But also some games like Risk of Rain 2, the achievements in that game like unlock you things. So it's like, oh, there's like really a reason to like be going for them. I really like games that do that. Those I think that's the best way to do it. And the worst way is when you're like eat 5,000 slices of bread. It's like, bro, what? That doesn't add anything to the experience, bro. Like, we don't need to be doing
I do. For me, I think there is this distinction between the two examples you have. The ones that are like, consume 8,000 potions. That's just stupid and ridiculous. But when it is like, there is a reference somewhere in the game and that involves like oh, maybe you have to tap these 3 poles or something. That is a way that, like Marvin's saying, if I'm using the trophies as a guide to, see all the stuff in the game, that can be a cool way of like, oh, I never would have seen that there was this like cool little area, this cool little moment that happens if you hit these 3 in a sequence, right? And when you do those things accidentally, like, or naturally throughout the game, and then you get an achievement for it, I think it's fun. And the only like, I have the smallest amount of care for trophies and, like, I guess the sanctity of them. On like PlayStation, you can see what the rate or like the amount of people who have gotten that trophy are. So you'll see one that's like, oh, only 0.3% of people have gotten this. And I think it is cool to see, okay, like, especially for like a PlayStation exclusive, where the entire, like, everybody who's ever played this game, it is calculated in that number. It's cool to see like, oh, only 0.02% of people who have ever played this game have beat this level on this difficulty or whatever. So it's a cool metric, I think. I don't care about like the bragging rights part of it. Again, this is not what they're talking about. I could see how if there is a game that there is that super sacred achievement that you could get, and then you can also just use accessibility features to ramp your character up to 1,000, and then everybody can get it. Maybe it'll skew those numbers a little bit. That is 0.001% of my mind cares about that, and I would never care about it enough to go complain on Twitter about it. But
yeah,
I can see that, but I'm also like, what if like the person just gave their older brother the controller and he did it for them? That's the ultimate assist mode.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like nowadays, AI is going to be able to do it for you, so fucking whatever.
yeah.
there are games where you like it's more of a puzzle detective thing, and people just look up the answers. That's cheating too.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it is what it is.
I think we also saw the I know, again, everyone here hasn't finished Mixtape, and we even said we weren't going to talk about it that much, but this is something that I noticed in Mixtape, is that there are achievements like that. Like, there's this one part where you're like floating around, and I was like, oh, I'll bump into things, that's fun. And then like it was like, oh, you hit all 3 pig balloons, here's an achievement, and I'm like, this is like just like that popping on my screen. I'm like, bro, what? This is like taking away from the game for me. It's like,
See, I don't know.
I don't agree. I like that.
Yeah,
I had
don't
some
like it.
setting.
It takes me out.
I had some setting where it didn't tell me the notifications until I closed the game. It didn't tell me the achievements until I closed.
That's cool.
So that's a nice.
I don't know. I've never, the only positive achievement experience I think I've ever had, beyond ones where it's like I like how they're integrated in the game, is me and Eric, a friend of ours, was like talking about how they had like beat Dark Souls 3 or something, and we were curious to see like if that was true, and we looked at their PlayStation account, and they had not even beaten like the first boss or something. It was through achievements, and then we checked their Xbox account, and it was the same way, and we were like, okay, so they just like lie. That's the only time. I mean, I know Eric knows who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
He remembers this. It was a very funny, very funny event. But yeah,
I will say
the only good time.
Just to defend Mixtape's achievements real quick. I mean, maybe we'll talk about it on the Game Club video, but I think since Mixtape's gameplay is so basic, having those achievements for certain interactions makes it more interesting.
Yeah, 100%.
And allows you to be more interacting and
We'll save it for the thing.
Yeah,
we're not going to grind Mixtape.
I'm a fan of the achievements on Mixtape personally. Okay, and then the last thing we had here in our discourse segment was Gen Z's trying to cancel Hypex for their tweet about Tracer. This is just
this was like a flashbang on my on my feed. Yeah. I was like, at first I was like, oh, that's kind of a funny quote tweet, and then I was like, oh, look at the comments on this. I was like, oh, this person's being serious. Like, Tracer, the most gooned character of all time. So you're getting mad. It's like, I don't get this.
If you're not watching, basically there's a very popular Fortnite like news Twitter account, and they posted a picture of the new.
But I guess
posted something basically saying that Tracer's hot is the gist of it, and I guess presumably this is a man who runs this account. I guess that would be the only way that this would work.
It's like I think he's around our age. He lives in Africa.
Okay. And then
why
people.
Would that be the only way this works?
What do you mean?
Oh, because the Twitter person knows that Hypex is a man.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so they're saying, they're complaining. They said Hypex's AI chatbot, insinuating that Hypex is run by an AI, didn't inform him that Tracer is lesbian. I mean, what even is there to say about this? Like, I'm tired, boss.
It's so stupid. It's like I don't think there's a problem with just being like, I think this character is attractive. It's not like he was like, man, I can't wait to unlesbify
her.
Yeah.
There's
so
not even
weird.
anything to say. I don't even know. These people are idiots.
It was
There's a
trending
tweet,
on Twitter. It
yeah.
started trending. That's how, like, it was ridiculous.
There's a tweet I saw that was like, I forget who tweeted it. I saw it a long ass time ago, but it was like, the problem with this app is people treating fictional characters like they're real and treating real people like they're fictional characters. And that's very much what this. It's like, does this matter in any way? Like, go to somebody in a bar and say, "Hey, Hypex is tweeting about for Overwatch ads. Can you believe this guy? Nobody's gonna give a shit." It's like, does this matter at all? It's not. He didn't say anything that crazy. He's just. And he was like,
honestly, he didn't even say anything. He just posted it.
Didn't at all. There's people that are like, I've seen people like Tech Tone or whatever that are like, oh, once this person gets a MAGA cock in her, it'll fix her lesbianism. And it's like, we're considering this on the same level as some shit like that? For real?
Yeah, that's...
I don't know.
It's insane.
But yeah, that's the Discord segment. I know, if you watch this far, you might be thinking you're complaining about people complaining on Twitter. But yeah, we are. And so what about it?
Twitter's always been bad. Years ago, Twitter was always like this, but it's just gotten so much worse. Now it's like you have a blue check, you just get incentivized to do this stuff. And then also it's like a lot, I don't want to say a lot of the like normal people, because I don't think that's true, but it's like it's the condensing of just like reactionary people and people who are exclusively they don't have any real friends and they don't talk to people in real life. That's like the only thing they do is tweet and get mad about stuff on Twitter. It's like, just log off, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, get some help.
There was a level of balance that was disrupted by introducing Blue Sky to the ecosystem.
Because
all of the insane left people went over there, and all the insane right people stayed on Twitter. And
I don't.
And also, not to say the crazy people on the left are not anywhere near as bad as the people on the right.
Yeah, but I don't
Twitter
even.
is just like a den of Nazis. But
I don't even think it's like really the crazy people on the left that went on Blue Sky. It is the cringy liberals that went on Blue Sky.
Yeah. It's the more moderate people. I think
that's
they
a
need
different
to be there to balance it out. Like,
and just normal people who did want to escape kind of the ridiculous, like far right,
the complete Naziification.
Yeah, and I do definitely sympathize with that. But yeah.
I wish I liked Blue Sky more than I do, because if it like
yeah, exactly,
functioned exactly like Twitter, but just like I didn't have to give Elon Musk attention, and there were like other things. It's like that would be much better, but I can't turn off quote retweets there. So, but also for the record, we never claimed we deserve to live. We're four white guys that started a podcast. Of course, we're going to complain about Twitter.
And what's the name of that podcast?
The SavePoint Report.
The SavePoint Report. That's what you're watching now, but we have also been working on a few other things SavePoint related. We recently did a video on our on our Watch Mojo. Well, it was natural until you pointed it out, but we did a video on looking back at some old Watch Mojo videos. That's on our YouTube now. Check that out. There are no audio issues in that video. It sounds perfect the entire way through.
Yeah, Eric's mic definitely didn't stop working 15 minutes in.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't like
if you look hearing the voices of me and Fox up there.
Yeah. Eli also streamed the Alan Wake Phasmophobia update. Did you have a good time doing that, Eli? Was that a cool experience?
Yeah, it was fun. I played with I guess Fox doesn't really know him, but our mutual friend Marcus, Yellow Malos on Twitch. He invited a friend of his, and then another friend of ours was there. I think we will be playing that again because we didn't finish all of the Alan Wake content. But I'll save my thoughts for the game itself in our game discussion part
Sounds good.
of the
Sounds good.
program.
But yeah, we've also, as we mentioned, we've got the game club coming up. Yeah, there's lots of exciting SavePoint content. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do drop a like. And let's move on to the next section here. So we don't have much to cover in news today, but I think I'll let Marvin take the reins here. What's going on with Crunchyroll?
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Today is a sad day, guys. Fox, obviously sympathetic to my cause. Eric as well, so although he has bought into the corporate greed and is a Crunchyroll subscriber. Eli doesn't watch as much anime, but I'm sure you'll take.
Yeah, I don't watch
interest.
anime.
Crunchyroll has recently taken down High Anime as well as a numerous amount of other anime piracy tools / websites. This happened, I think, mainly through High Anime, and a lot of the other ones were using IP or service from like the framework on GitHub. I don't really know what that means, but it was a targeted attack on High
Someone
Anime.
wasn't a CS major.
No, I wasn't. It was targeted on High Anime because that was like the biggest, most popular streaming site, other than the service, like the actual services. Now this is kind of ridiculous because piracy for anime has been going on like forever, and in fact, Crunchyroll was a piracy anime site back in the day. Like that's how it started, and then eventually it decided to introduce a paid model and eventually started cracking down on piracy sites. Um, so yeah, this sucks for everyone who doesn't want to pay more than a Netflix subscription a month for anime, which
Is it
is
actually more?
it is more, I believe, for
Holy
like
shit.
the good quality, like no ads and everything.
Oh, okay.
Um, what also I think just on a side note about Crunchyroll that kind of sucks is that they don't even have all anime on their catalog. There are a couple that I've gone to look up that aren't there, but then there's also a couple big noticeable misses. Like 86 recently got removed, which I haven't watched, but I've heard is really good. I don't know why it got removed. I think there's some controversy, but the fact that you're getting rid of all of your
Probably
competition
woke.
and pulling the rug up behind you and not showing everything that is out there just seems very hypocritical and kind of ridiculous. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's a weird thing because I can see like, yeah, I guess they have a right to take down piracy sites, but you could just make a better service because Crunchyroll sucks shit.
Yeah.
It's actually, I believe,
Um,
second to either Netflix or another service in anime streams. I think like this month or something. I'm not like 100% on when, but it makes sense because Netflix has been pushing out like they house a lot of good animes, but they also produce originals, which Crunchyroll might do, but I'm pretty sure they're awful.
yeah.
One thing I will
I
mention, just real quick, as like a note of hope, is that moderators on the High Anime Discord server did say they would return as a site. So we'll see how
They're
that
fighting
goes.
back.
But yeah, fighting
Yeah,
back.
it's like I get why they can't have everything on their service, being like there's licensing restrictions and things like that that get really weird and
Yeah,
complicated.
that a piracy website
Uh,
wouldn't have to worry about.
yeah, and
Sure.
so that does lead to a thing where there's a lot of piracy sites that sort of are the only places where you can get certain series. Like, there's
Mhm.
no legal way to access them in any country at all.
Yep.
Read Comic Online just got shut down, and that
Mm.
was a case for a lot of things on there. I believe there's a lot of comics where people just you
It's been
can't get them
shut down
anywhere else.
15 times since I've
Uh,
noticed
I'm sure
it.
it'll be that. Well, there's no way to
It'll be
keep
bad.
piracy down, really. In essence,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
really got to do is make a service that people feel good paying for,
Yeah.
rather than just like waste of shit. Like Apple TV Plus. I hate having to give money to Apple. It's kind of worth it as a streaming service. They have a lot of good shit on there,
Yeah.
and their interface works, which is more than I can say for Crunchyroll.
Do you
Which I
think
haven't used it in a while. It could be better now, but it was a miserable experience back when I was using it.
in your eyes, goodwill would be gained if they did invest more in their own original shows, like something like Apple TV does? Because that's one of the main draws, is that they do have a good working interface, but they also have a great catalog of like original content. Do you think that Crunchyroll would do well to have their own shows be good? Do you think that would make a huge difference in the way people view them?
I personally
Probably
think that
not.
I think it would help their brand for sure,
Mm.
and it would help them compete with like the streaming numbers. But yeah, like Fox is saying, I think the core is that it's a shitty kind of service. Like the piracy sites do it better UI,
Yeah.
and they don't have everything, and it's expensive as fuck. Like it's really expensive to have Crunchyroll, and when I also have Netflix or HBO and Disney and Hulu, like
Yeah, it adds up.
there's a limit to how many you can have.
Didn't Crunchyroll get rid of their like free tier? Because they had a tier where you could watch it with ads,
Mhm.
and I think they've removed that. Uh,
I'm not actually sure about that, but I do remember watching for free with ads back
Yeah.
in high school.
oh, I'm back. All my shit froze for a sec.
You're
Oh,
good.
you're good.
I think I am a person. I like to watch things legally when I can, uh, and there's also just the fact that I prefer watching things on my TV as opposed to on my computer at my desk, and it's
Yeah.
easier to do when there's just a streaming service I can access. That's
Yeah.
why I love Tubi. I use Tubi a lot, actually.
We
It's one of
love
the only
Tubi in
places.
this on this program.
It's one of the only places
Our
that has
sponsor
Common
said-
Writer, which I'll talk about later.
Mm.
But like I Tubi's a service that works well. They have a surprisingly huge catalog of like weird stuff to watch.
True.
And it's like I'll use it because it's there. Crunchyroll, like they have a decently sized catalog, and I guess if there's like a show airing currently that I want to watch, it's like I guess I'd wish I have it. My brother pays for it, so I leech off of him. But like I don't feel like, oh, this is a service that I want to support and I think is worth the money that I'm putting into it. It's just like I don't have another way to do this easily, so I guess I'll use it.
Do they
There's
have
also-
any anime streaming services in Japan, like similar to Crunchyroll?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Because like I know like
Yeah.
part of this is almost like you know, back before watching anime was a thing that was not a thing that normal people did, and it was exclusively for the dredges of society that like liked Japanese animation. Like you had to like go into like weird places to find anime. Like you know, you couldn't just go to the store and see anime stuff everywhere, or go online and get a Crunchyroll subscription. So I think partially that could be why this is like hitting it so hard, is that there's just not many actual places
Yeah,
to
like,
watch it
yeah.
other than those those weird bootleg sites, and even why there are so many of them, because like it is strange that like like what that article said, there was 900 of them removed. Like that's kind of, I never thought there'd be 900 different specific anime streaming
Well,
websites.
I believe a lot of those are like there's a website that has a list of 90 versions of like the same channel or bandwidth that High Anime is
Mm.
streaming. You know, it's like a lead
Yeah, that
process.
makes sense.
And they were
Yeah,
able
yeah,
to like shut it down like the bad guys in Avengers, I guess, and like there was like a massive collapse, you know. Like, but yeah, it is really crazy. Real quick, I looked it up. Japanese in Japan, apparently they use a site called D Anime Store and not Crunchyroll.
Interesting.
But I think on an
Interesting. That makes
international
sense.
scale, Crunchyroll is the most used.
Yeah,
I would,
I'm
I would
sure.
imagine, because especially since this is, well, we can't really think of anything else. I mean, other than Netflix, Netflix is the only other like streaming service I feel that I see significant amounts of anime on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a good bit on Hulu. Hulu's interface is just terrible.
Yeah. There's a good amount on
It's,
Max.
Max has a good bit, yeah.
They have some good stuff.
Amazon has a good bit. Tubi has a lot, funnily enough.
Dude, does Tubi have their own original
Tubi's got
anime stuff, or is
everything,
it just
bruh.
like they got rights to certain
God,
things?
if there was a Tubi original anime, I'd be the first one watching it, brother.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know about that.
I don't know.
That would be a must watch, I guarantee that.
Okay, I also
Mhm.
fact checked one of the things I said earlier. Netflix did surpass Crunchyroll in overall audience reach in like anime streaming in the US.
Wow.
So just
I can believe it. I
Yeah,
mean, with
'cause-
just how much more of a mainstream appeal it has now, because it really is not like, now it's not like that gross disgusting guy that's like trying to like talk to you in the manga section of
Yeah.
Yeah,
Barnes and
yeah.
Noble.
of Barnes and Noble. It's like, oh, it's like this, here's a normal guy. Like normal people just watch, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and
Popular,
Slayer.
Netflix has a lot of those like like staple
Yeah,
shows. They have like
yes,
Jujutsu
yeah.
Kaisen, My Hero, like
Yeah.
Black Clover, like all of these like classics that people like getting into anime might watch.
Is
Death
Hunter
Note,
x Hunter
like
only on Netflix?
Hunter x Hunter's on there. Yeah, exactly.
I think Netflix also puts a lot of effort into like getting out there and pushing anime on their streaming service. Whereas Crunchyroll is a specialty platform, so I think a lot of people are getting into shows on Netflix because the thing that streaming services seem to forget is people rarely like go to a streaming service specifically to watch one show. It's usually that they're looking around on it and they find something and they go, "Yeah, all right." Obviously, there are some like subscription sellers. Mandalorian was really big.
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
I mean, the way-
Ted
was
Lasso for Apple TV.
Yeah, Ted Lasso. Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I engage with streaming services at this point, though, and I'm thinking of maybe changing it soon, but is I will just, I know there's a show I like or this show I'm super interested in. I'm going to subscribe to this for a month or two and then cancel it. I am not one to like have a bunch of streaming services and like browse around on them and try to find something. I'm much more like, I will get it if I need to get it to watch this certain thing. And if I can't, then I'll just, sail the high seas.
I think all of us are that way, but I think most people tend to just scroll Netflix to find something to watch.
Yeah.
I think the older generations do that because like it's a very dad thing to walk into the living room and there's some movie that you've never heard of before. It's playing and it's like, have you ever watched Gun Shoot? And I'm like, no, I've never even heard of this. It's like, no, it's really good. And then like on the rating, it's like 0.2 stars on IMDb. And okay, yeah,
but it's got like Bruce Willis in it or something. And you're like, okay.
I would say I am also a browser, but I browse more than I watch typically on streaming services. Because sometimes if I'm like hanging out with someone, we'll just scroll Netflix and it just becomes an avenue of like
there are definitely situations. Yeah.
Dude, I would have torn up a Blockbuster if they were still around. I'm so mad that they're not.
I wish. But yeah, rest in peace, High Anime, for real. Hopefully
they'll be back.
Hopefully they'll be back.
Fingers crossed.
They'll probably just be back as highanime.x7 or something.
Yeah.
That's what
I will say.
The domain just changes.
Yeah. I first started watching High Anime as Annie Watch. And then I would look it up and it would just take me to High Anime instead. And I was like, oh, cool. All right.
I mean, it's similar like Fox mentioned Read Comic Online. Like Read Comic Online has been like readcomiconline.to, readcomiconline.li. It's like and whenever you're not 12 anymore, you just find one that's not the first one that comes up on Google, and then you find one that's better, and that one usually doesn't get shut down. Rest in peace, Comic Extra, which just never came back. But
rest in
we'll
peace.
See what happens.
We'll see. But as we mentioned earlier, I think it's time to play a little game. So
little game.
Yeah. Today's
we don't just talk about games; we make them, baby.
Oh yeah. So
we play.
We didn't like super concretely determine how this is going to go, but we each have 2 games that we've selected, and we have 5 mission or quest titles from that game in no particular order. Well, maybe more obscure or less obscure as it goes on. But basically, the goal of the game is, let's say it's my turn. I will start reading off mission titles from a game, and then it is up to the other contestants to guess what game I am referring to, or what game those missions are from. So I think we'll just go through. I'll say one. Maybe each person gets one guess per mission title. I think that'd probably be the best way to do it. And whoever says it first will get the point for that. And we each have, like I said, we each have 2, so we'll kind of just go around in a circle. We can do.
Do you want to say we can say whoever gets it gets to do theirs? I think that could bounce around pretty until you run out.
Yeah, we could do that.
Last.
Okay. I'll start off here. So.
Oh, and just to grab no Googling.
Mission?
Oh yeah, no Googling for sure. No cheating.
Googling.
No cheating.
No cheating.
I believe we have to say that.
All right.
Eli.
Dang.
Well,
I'm Googling.
All right.
Brock, what is this?
So the first one here, the first mission title is Healing the World.
Healing
the World.
with an H.
Yep.
I'll guess
Healing
Mass
the
Effect.
world.
You said Mass Effect?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Damn.
I'm gonna
That was
throw
my
in
guess.
a Last of Us 2 guess.
Yeah, I was thinking Last of Us. I'll say the first Last of Us.
Okay,
I
moving on to the next
would've
one. Hunt to live, live to hunt.
Hunt to
Ooh.
live to hunt.
Uh,
Horizon Zero Dawn?
ooh, good
Damn it.
guess. Hunt to. Is that one game where you're? There's no way. It's not a. It's not
Dying
a game.
Light 2.
Ooh, Dying Light 1. I had to do it.
Okay, next one is I'm the hero here.
I'm the hero here.
So we'll
Infamous?
we'll do a little recap. Healing the world, hunt to live, live to hunt, and I'm the hero here.
It's not Infamous.
It is not.
Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
Good job.
Yeah.
You got it.
As soon as you said it, as soon as you
Nice,
said it.
nice.
Boom.
The other ones
you,
were
Eli.
Master Illusionist and Show Me New York were the other clues. So.
Ooh, okay.
I've just had
Wow.
Infamous on the brain.
Good job. So that is 1 point for Eli. Eli, do you want to go ahead and give us one of yours?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. Okay, let's see. All right. Number 1 here we have excuse me. Repulsion intro.
Mega Man. Do I have to give a number?
Oh wait, sorry. Wait. You don't have to give a number, but you can just assume that assume what me
Oh,
saying
Mega
no,
Man,
man.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, my
goes Eli's
camera must have
again.
overheated again.
Repulsion
back.
intro.
It's just
F-Zero?
Iron Man. Iron Man VR.
Okay.
Oh, you said Iron Man, so I was just automatically wronging it. Okay.
We know it's not another Iron Man game, guys.
Number 2.
Wait, what did Eric
Propulsion catch.
I guessed F-Zero, and it was wrong. Propulsion catch?
Intro. Propulsion catch.
Propulsion catch.
Portal 1.
Portal. Portal 2.
Yeah, it's Portal 2. Portal 2.
Fuck! Damn it.
It's got the gels, baby.
Yeah, that's the next one was 3 gels, and then 4 was Cave Johnson, and 5 was Portal Gun. I figured
Okay.
I put some really easy ones. I was like, "There's no way they're not gonna get it past 3."
Portal gun.
Oh, I'm back.
Terraria.
Okay, fine. You're up.
Let me. All right. My first one is going to be Threshold.
Alan Wake.
No.
Alan Wake 2.
Control.
No. Control. Yep. Got it in
Oh
one
my
back.
god.
I meant to say Control.
No.
I meant to say Control. I'm just stupid. I just love Alan Wake so much. I just said Alan Wake instantly. I knew it. I just said the wrong thing.
I figured this was probably going to get gotten like one.
I'm gonna kill myself. I love him too much. Like, look at this. Is literally all this stuff is just on my desk, bro. There's like, I got the Night Springs VHS tape. Alan Wake's above me.
Oh man.
This is too
I have
much.
the rest were Face of the Enemy, Unknown Caller, Directorial Override, and Take Control. I figured this was probably either going to be.
Threshold was crazy.
No, my second one's really shithead coded, so I figured I'd go easy for the first one.
All right, Marvin.
I will say, if I was in a call with just Fox, I wouldn't have gotten that until the 5th one.
Yeah.
No, you believe it, yeah.
Okay. Mine might be harder than I was thinking when I crafted it, but we'll see. My first mission is conflicting interests.
It Takes Two.
Yeah. Conflicting interest.
A Way Out.
If it was A Way Out, I was gonna scream because that's like what I was thinking. But I was like, I don't even know if Marvin knows what that is.
I'll
round it out. Split Fiction.
That might have been a misdirect there. Of Cows and Wine.
Cows
This
and
is
Witcher
more
3?
on topic. Nope.
Yeah, I was thinking. I'm glad I didn't say that because I was
Good
thinking
guess.
that.
What was the first one again? Sorry.
Conflicting interests.
And of cows and wine.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay attention to the first one. That's like the hardest one of all 5.
Okay.
It kind of doesn't really like.
Of cows and wine. I don't know. I'll go with let's go Grand Theft Auto 5.
Good guess though.
Tropico 5.
Okay, number 3, Missile Cowboy.
Missile Cowboy. Red Dead 2?
No.
Yeah, I figured it wouldn't have
It's not
cowboy as
New
soon as I finished
Vegas,
saying
is it?
No.
As soon as I said Red Dead 2, I was like, it wouldn't have cowboy in the name. That's too obvious.
Missile cow.
Wait, I have an idea of what it might actually be.
Well,
But
hold
I
your
don't
horses,
save.
pal.
I gotta
Round
save. I
4.
gotta save.
Round 4 is gonna be a hint.
Let's go Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Number 4 is The Secret of Vis Electra.
One of the Far Cries?
You need it more specific. You need to
No.
answer the game. I
I'm-
Is it
think.
the
I'm
Outer
gonna-
Worlds? I got vibe boom. What the heck?
The what?
The Secret of Vis Electra.
Vis Electra.
Vis Electra.
The hint was in the language. Like,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
BioShock?
The hint was in Vis Electra.
Well, the fact that it's not English. Okay, so I know someone's gonna get it now. Number 5 is Son of Medici. Eric.
Is it
No, no,
Liza
no.
P?
No. Okay, well, might
Liza
have been
P?
too
Oh, okay.
obscure for y'all. That's fine.
Okay, Marvin.
Mafia?
Can you run?
Yeah, I can do a quick.
a little recap.
review. Mafia is wrong.
Obviously,
Well,
it was tied
actually,
to Tasmanian Tiger, guys.
it goes conflicting interests of cows and wine, cowboy or missile cowboy, the secret of Vis Electra, and Son of Medici.
Oh, just cause 3?
Yep.
Let's go.
I've never played it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I thought I didn't think you would play it, but
I have, but I just wingsuited around mostly. I didn't really play the story at all.
Okay.
This
All right,
is
it's back to
crazy,
me.
by
This
the
is
way.
working.
because me and Eric were together last night and we were just talking about Just Cause 3 in general for no other reason.
Together.
We were just hanging out. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I picked that game beforehand. I cannot reveal to Eric. But nice.
It was on the brain though, for sure.
It was on the brain.
Okay. Here's my second one. The first one is Silent Auditorium. This is gonna be a tough one.
Island Auditorium.
Limbo.
I don't know.
Y'all-
Silent
y'all
Auditorium.
Silent
0
Auditorium.
Point Campus.
Oh, nice. That's actually a great
I don't even think that's what that game's called, but
Yeah.
2 point
2
or
point
half point.
campus.
wait, oh yeah, the
0
0
point
point
is
thing
from
from Fortnite.
SavePoint campus.
Yeah.
I'll just get us to the next one and say Phoenix Wright.
All right. The second one is the Command Spire.
Okay, so it's not Fortnite.
Mass Effect.
That's not a real guess. It's not a real guess.
Okay, it's not Mass Effect.
I just know you've played Mass Effect once.
Can I get like
Soros.
Helldivers 2?
No,
think
those
that
are
makes
some good guesses though. Okay, Outpost Tremonius.
Outpost Tremonius. What the fuck?
Harmonious. What?
I don't expect you guys
never-
to know these, like, what they're saying, but it's
Lethal
like
Company.
what they sound like is more, if you know, you know, kind
Destiny 2?
No to both of those.
Good guess.
Halo Reach.
of
Good
things.
guess.
No. Good guess, though.
Oh, it's a Halo game. It's a Halo game, bro.
It's got to be a Halo game.
All right, we're ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Warship Gabrakon.
Halo 2.
Halo 3.
Can I get Warframe?
Okay, ready for the last one? Pelican Down.
Halo Infinite.
5.
Eli got it. Halo Infinite.
Fuck! I was gonna say VST. It's fine.
I thought maybe the Halo was a red herring, so I went.
You went with Warframe. Okay.
Okay, Eli,
All right.
got that one. You can
It's
do
another
the
good one. All right. Number 1. Ramp It. Ramp It.
second.
Rampant.
Open world Sonic.
No. That's Sonic Frontiers, but no.
Damn.
Ramp It.
Ramp it. Motor Storm. I just want to shove ball knowledge.
Ramp It.
Billy Hatcher's Egg Day Out.
Man, I guess Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3?
Wrong. All right. Number 2. Windy with the chance of free balls.
What day is this? I'll
Bridge
be there.
Constructor.
Sorry, what'd you say, Fox?
Bridge Constructor.
I almost clicked correct by accident. That ruined Fox's day.
That would have counted. That would have counted.
What did I guess?
You guessed Sonic Frontiers, but you didn't know the name of it.
The second game. The second game. It's
Oh.
Bugsnax.
Bugsnap? No.
Good guess.
Eric.
What is that game called? I'm trying to think. Ollie Ollie?
Ooh, good guess.
Nope.
I like that game.
All right, number 3. Bumpers Be Bumpin'.
Bumpers be bumping. Oh shit!
Ooh.
What has?
Is it the Garfield racing game?
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
Wait, what missions are in that game, man?
I don't know. I've never played Garfield Kart.
No, there's none. I don't know what I'm doing.
What was the second one?
Oh, Windy with a chance of free balls. And number 1 was Rampant.
Like what?
I have no idea what this could be.
Yeah, I'm lost. I'm lost.
One of the Garden Warfare games?
Wrong.
Maybe with a chance of free balls. I was gonna say
like
Wii
that.
Sports, but there's no way. That, I don't know. I'm gonna say Jack and Daxter 3.
Wrong. All right, number 4. Purple pegs provide points.
Peggle!
Fuck.
That's not right.
Fuck! I hate you!
What?
Wait, is there another
Pegs?
Is there another Peggle game?
Peglin.
Not Peglin.
It's a roguelike. God damn it.
Peggle 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Peggle 2!
Yeah!
I was so hoping you'd guess something else so I could swoop in with Peggle 2.
Let's go.
Damn.
Okay,
I had it queued.
so I believe that's 2 points for me, 2 points for Eli, and then 1 for each Marvin and Fox.
Correct.
Select one of us to go
Yeah,
next.
we'll
because-
go Fox. Fox, you do your next one.
Okay. This one, I'll admit, is pretty shithead coded.
I don't know what that
Right.
means, but okay.
I might
Like,
get
we're
yelled
not gonna
at.
get it ever.
Well, you'll probably get it, but I think I'll get yelled at when you do.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
The first one is going to be Ruby.
Batman
Bejeweled.
Arkham Knight.
No. I guess
Is
I'll
there a
do the
mission called
soundboard.
Ruby and Batman Arkham Knight?
No, I was just going for something crazy, you know?
Oh, okay.
I feel like the missions are not going to
Ruby.
vibe
Yeah.
with the game in a crazy way, so I'm just going to guess random.
Yeah, I'll say Crash Bandicoot.
No. The second is going to be Barracuda.
Bloons Tower Defense 6.
Nope.
Maneater.
Nope. I like that guess.
Subnautica?
Like my guess.
That was a good one.
Yeah. What do you
The
like?
third is going to be Raining Blood.
Mhm.
So we have Ruby, Barracuda, Raining Blood.
Infamous 2 Festival of Blood.
Love and
Path
Infamous.
of Exile.
I haven't played them.
Oh. I
The
gotta lock
zoom in on
in.
Eli's face is so funny.
What is that game called?
Bro's looking something up. He's looking something up right now.
Oh,
Disqualified. We said you can't look anything up.
I'm looking
Look
up.
close, look at his
games.
glasses.
No,
Look at his glasses.
yeah,
What
you're
are
looking
searching?
something up. Move on to the next
He's
one.
out
That
of the
doesn't
game.
count. He's out for this one.
He's
We
out of this
explicitly
round.
said you cannot look anything
I'm
up.
not looking
No
it up.
Googling.
What are you doing
No
then?
Googling, bro.
I'm looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not looking it up. I'm looking at
I'm telling
the
Eli's out of the
fantasy
game.
critic. The
Yeah.
fantasy critic.
No,
That
that's
counts as
ridiculous.
That counts.
That is
as
ridiculous.
Eli.
No, I just can't remember the name of the game. I'm pretty sure I know
Bad.
what it is.
Too bad for
Well,
you.
Because
yeah.
it's so bad, I erased it from my memory.
Let's just move on to the next one.
Next hint, Fox.
All right.
Or next
The
clue.
next one is going to be Sabotage.
Sabotage.
Ruby.
Barracuda, Raining Blood, Sabotage.
Probably isn't even what I think it is. I still can't even remember what it's called.
Hitman.
I like that guess, but no.
Thank you.
I have no idea. Far Cry 3.
Eli's still Googling. You would see.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what game or what year this game came out. I'm trying to, because I know I picked it. Was it really
It's-
2023?
Let's just move on, bro.
It's crazy.
Just throw something out.
Redfall. Redfall's the game I was thinking of.
It's not.
Is it not
but that is
Redfall? Yeah,
funny.
I have no clue.
Okay, this one's gonna give it away. Through the Fire and Flames.
Guitar Hero.
Oh, Guitar Hero.
I said it first.
Oh, interesting.
Which one? Which
Oh!
one?
Hero 1.
Guitar Hero Online.
Guitar Hero
The first one
3.
It was 3.
Woo!
No.
One more
I'd
point
say
there.
they're technically missions. They're songs, but technically missions.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I tried to pick ones from this set list that sounded like they could be like some random action game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
And I was like, I'll have this one to give it away at the
We
end.
needed another song title that was recognizable
Yeah.
to make that possible.
I mean, Sabotage. I know that I just wasn't in the song game because, like, I know a song named Sabotage, but like, there's also that could be anything. That was a fun. That was a quirky little.
And I really thought it was gonna be Redfall.
Off the wall.
Okay, so Marvin,
Alright.
yours the only one. If Eli
Yes,
can't
last
tie it up
one.
here, Eric's the winner.
For
Well, Eli's just disqualified.
Well, he was disqualified from that game, but he didn't get it.
That's how you want to play. Huh? Starting off with our first one, it is Rendezvous.
COD, Modern Warfare 2.
It Takes Two.
Uncharted
This is probably a
4.
good guess though. Okay, number 2, The Pit.
The Pit. Rendezvous, The Pit. Uncharted 2.
Good guess again.
Cyberpunk.
No.
I don't know if there's any pits in that.
That's the name of the Fallout 3 DLC, but
True.
Pit, yeah.
I don't know. I'll go
we
with
said missions.
Yeah, Rendezvous, The Pit. Far Cry 5.
Nope. Okay, number 3, Airdrop.
Airdrop.
This is the best hint so far.
Battlefield 4.
Good one.
I don't know. I would have said Cyberpunk at this point.
That's fair.
It's
Dying Light.
Ooh. Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
that
Nice.
makes sense.
Boom.
That does
Nice.
make sense.
Cool.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it does not count towards your total. No, I'm kidding.
What?
You were cheating, of course.
True, yeah.
So what's
Yeah, I
the
looked up
tiebreaker
Dying
here,
Light.
guys? Do I just look up a random game and y'all head off?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
fun.
It's got to be a game that we both know equally, though. So do your best.
Yeah.
Fox, if you have any ideas, I'm gonna think, but DM them to me if you do.
Man, this is crazy. I didn't think there'd be a live bonus round.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't prepare for
we have
this.
to adapt. We have to adapt and
scared.
overcome.
I gotta put my hat back on. Special thanks out to Alex for getting this for me at MagicCon Vegas.
Oh, shout out.
He ain't gonna watch. He a cuck.
Yeah, he doesn't watch. I hate that guy.
Shout
While we
in.
wait, I can vent a little bit in the Magic the Gathering related thing.
Mm.
They brought up pre-orders for the Secrets of Strixhaven Codex bundle, which is like a cool bundle that comes with like some packs, collector boosters, promo, and like it comes in like a book, like a bookcase. And I got it ordered for MSRP, and they canceled my order, and now it's relisted on Amazon for twice as much. Thank you, Amazon. Thank you, Amazon.
Wow.
Yeah, they also canceled my my Reality Fracture bundle that I ordered like the day they announced it. What?
That's insane.
Thanks. And I just ordered that because like it's going to be like $5 billion.
Okay, I think I have to
out.
echo the
I might as well get pre-order in.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's all I had to say about that.
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, these aren't as
Get psyched out, Eric.
no, these are not as like titled as I thought they would be. Let me do a quick adapt.
He's adapting.
Okay.
Okay, I adapted pretty quickly.
Dead air.
Ready?
Yep.
First one is escape with an exclamation mark.
Persona 5?
No.
No, Eli wouldn't know that, but I don't know what else.
Have you played Persona 5?
I played a bit of it. A few hours.
Interesting. Ape Escape.
No.
That's a good one.
Good guess. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go with, for the second one, head of state.
Good content. Right here. Four guys staring at four white guys looking dead in the camera.
I'm just gonna say Fallout 76. I don't know.
I'll say.
I knew it wasn't
I'll
that.
say Fallout 3.
Yes.
Hey, I've never played that game, bro.
Damn.
Boom.
Yeah,
That's your own fault.
I wanted to go with Fallout 2 because I knew no one has played all the way through that game and like just go off vibes.
Yeah.
But the mission titles are like find this person or like go collect this thing. I had to switch it. But
So you
Good
choose a
job,
game that
Eric.
Eric's played, but I haven't.
Hey, okay. I played that game when I was like 7, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I have not played that game in
I've
forever.
played that game, but I was never. So
yeah, but
I'm choosing one that you.
Yeah,
know
this
you
is
don't
it's sounding a lot of like sore loser talk is what I'm getting from that corner of the screen.
Yeah,
But
maybe if you'd gone and Googled it.
yeah, Maybe you should have cheated on that one too. Okay, let's move on to the next thing here. So, I think Marvin may have to leave in a bit, but real quick, I want to discuss a little game you got to try out a bit more of, Marvin, that you haven't been able to speak about, and that's Saros.
Yes. What a absolute banger of a game. I wasn't able to make it to our last recording when you talked about it, but I did watch it to see your thoughts on it. And I mean, I want to just like to respond to what you were saying about like the pros and cons, I guess. Like I would agree, especially playing it again, the roguelite, or is it the roguelite features are probably the worst part about the game. And just like I think not being consistent to what you're trying to do within that realm, is what is upsetting to me, I guess, when I like view it like that. But just overall, like it doesn't matter. Like it is a little annoying probably and finicky, but that game is like one of the smoothest. Like it's the same with Returnal, obviously, but I think they just did a better job when it came to gameplay.
Yeah.
It's one of the smoothest feeling like bullet hell action games you can play, and like the way you fight and move around in a level is like perfect. And because of that, I don't think it really matters too much that they got the genre a little messed up. I think if you just play the game however you really want to, you'll enjoy it and have fun with the gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
Pretty woke to me.
I think I do think the gameplay kind of,
and I'm a cut, so
it carries the game in the sense that it does kind of overshadow the pitfalls it has in the roguelike, that kind of part of it. Yeah, I talked about it a lot about it last time. I have finished the game, got the true ending. As I was kind of saying in our last discussion, it was getting better and better, and even some of the roguelite elements were getting better and better. Throughout the rest of the game, there still wasn't a moment where I had to like go back to a previous level for really any reason other than, if I just wanted to experience something again. There's some stuff in the epilogue that kind of makes you, go back to this location and do this thing real quick. But it is not, there's nothing where like, you are deeply incentivized to go back a few levels and do a run between these levels. And me and Marvin were playing some more last night, and I even realized that because I knew that the very last level does not connect to the rest of them. So you couldn't go from the second to last, continue your run into the last level. So I was already like, okay, that's kind of weird. You can't even really do a complete run in this game. But then we realized on like the third to last level, you couldn't even do that. So other than the first few levels, you can't even play this game as like a continuous run through those last bit of levels. So it again just points to the fact that I don't think this really needed to be a roguelite. I think what they should have done is, a similar thing to Returnal. Returnal eventually added an endless tower mode that kind of, recompiled all those levels from the main game and added new stuff. And it was just kind of like an endless, you keep going through this super long run, more akin to like a standard roguelite. I think, first of all, Saros will do that in a future update, because it was like an update that came out a good bit after Returnal did. But I think that almost would have been better as an inclusion from the jump, and just focusing on like the action adventure kind of part of it to begin with, and then having a side mode that kind of remixes everything, and you're going through just the game as a roguelite. Because as it stands now, it's just like a really weird amalgamation of like, I can't even really go back and just do runs to try and see some of those greatest hits in one continuous thing. Like I said, like, so it's just weird. And then combined with the persistent progression of like the upgrades, I've gotten to the point now where doing those like early missions, it's a breeze. I'm one-shotting basically anything with my standard beginning build. So it's like, what even is the point? Or like, it just removes, there's no way to access those earlier levels in a way that is still fun and satisfying, in a way that a game like Hades 2 does, where like throughout that game, you are still repeating kind of the same content, but they mix it up and scale it to how powerful you are basically at all times, that it never feels like there's like a wasted amount of content in that game.
You
But-
control the buttons you press, Eric.
Yeah, true. I don't know. Overall, though, I thought another thing I kind of touched on last week is that the bosses were really good, but hadn't quite lived up to Returnal. I think that definitely changes in the second half of the game. Some of these bosses are absolutely insane, and they are all-timers, like those later bosses are in Returnal. So,
I was able to play one of the really interesting levels and got to the boss there, and it was mind-boggling what they were able to do with the stage,
yeah.
like the camera work and just the setting of it all, like the immersion you feel just fighting that, it's great. And
Eli,
I
would
also
you-
agree with what
oh,
you're
sorry.
saying.
Eli, would you like to
Real
share with the
quick.
class what's got you in a tizzy? 'Cause
What?
I can tell there's something on your mind.
I just saw something funny on Twitter, so I DM'd it to Fox to try to get him to laugh, and it almost worked.
I was listening to the discussion like a good podcast member.
Bro,
And
I'm
I
3
heard a
seconds from
Discord
kicking
thing.
Eli out of this call. Okay. Anyway, yeah, overall,
I think-
great game. Sorry, what were you saying, Mark?
Yeah, I think going forward as a studio, if they're gonna make a third version of this type of game with the bullet hell like action version, I think go for it. Streamline it, like you're saying. Maybe
Yeah.
split up the modes. You can journey to different biomes mode, and then there's a strictly you're climbing a tower mode. I don't know, but
Yeah, I think
other
either
than
do that or just lock in and do it better
one
like you
thing.
did in Returnal. So and
Yeah,
still have this like hybrid, way of playing through the game that is closer to Returnal and is closer to being able to still do these longer runs. But just make it work better. I don't know.
I would,
but yeah,
I would
great
also
game.
say, I think I don't know how it was. I didn't play the whole game, but I feel like just in general, I think this kind of game could benefit from just a little bit less story, or more story through clues and exploring the worlds that you find yourself in.
Yeah.
Like through like audio clips or like lore pieces. But
Well, that
'cause
I mean
think
that
the worlds are so cool.
Yeah, well, but that is kind of everywhere. You're getting audio logs a ton throughout the main story
Sure.
and text. I just think, unfortunately, they're not very interesting. It literally
Yeah.
like 9 out of 10 of them are just someone explaining like how crazy they're going, or just talking in like the ramblings of the planet, like the sun is overshadowing me and I must seek it out. That is what almost all the audio logs are, and it's got to the point where I was like, I don't even want to listen to these anymore. There's almost nothing interesting about them. They don't really add a lot. But I think the cutscenes that they take a lot of time on clearly are good and are, the kind of the main thrust of the story is pretty interesting, especially as you get further in. It's just kind of the stuff surrounding it that is not.
There's
I
a
would
gag
mean-
from Will Campos of Dungeons and Daddies fame. He was a writer on Video Game High School. That I think of any time audio logs and stuff are brought up, where he had a concept for a game called Spooky Space Station. What happened here? Where the entire game is just like you get loaded into like a Dead Space style fucked up cruiser or whatever, and everything that you walk up to is just the main character going, "My God, what happened here?"
Yeah.
And then you find like audio logs, and it's just people going, "My God, what happened here?" And then you find one Polaroid of a woman, and he goes, "Sarah," and that's the whole game.
I mean, that's basically what Saros is, with a little bit more, with some more, like explaining of the whole Sarah part. The missing wife trope goes quite into it, and I think it has some really interesting like story beats that you don't see a lot in a game, and things it does with like kind of you're playing as someone who really isn't that great of a person, and you kind of realize what they did as you're going through the story, and that stuff was really interesting to me. So it did that well.
I saw Twitter people calling him a beta male cuck. Is that something that the story expands upon?
Well, without spoiling
was-
anything, I think it's kind of the opposite in a way. I mean, he's an awful person, but I don't think the term cuck really applies.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
One
I was
thing
wanting
about
that to be true.
about the text things, I think it would be more interesting if they were just like regarding the lore of the planet and the different biomes you were in, because the art in the background and the setting of the game is so beautiful and well designed. It's like, tell me more. Like,
Yeah, and most
why
of
are
it,
there giant hand stuff?
And most of it is just them saying, we don't know why this is here. So it's like,
Yeah, it's like
okay.
that's I don't know.
Yeah. But good
overall,
game.
great
Awesome
game.
experience. I think it, as a complete package, I put it right up next to Returnal. Maybe Returnal edges out just in its novelty of how it was able to do the roguelike structure and still maintain like the good sense of a campaign. But I would say they if you played and enjoyed Returnal, you need to play Saros for sure.
Agreed.
Alrighty.
What would you rank it out of 17 on the
I don't-
save point scale?
Why is the save point scale 17?
Because
I would give it a 15 out of 17, probably.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does it tie into Returnal?
It does story-wise, no. Not from what I can tell.
Interesting.
Thematically, yes, I would say.
I mean, the bullets are like the exact same in them.
Well, I mean, gameplay-wise, for sure. I mean, it's basically the same
Yeah.
thing. But I'm saying like the actual like themes of like the story.
Sure.
I'd say there's like some similar stuff, but
Mhm.
nothing.
Tie
nothing
into
that's-
Resogun, that other game Housemarque made
No.
during the start of the PS4 life cycle.
No.
Oh.
All right.
Shut
Okay, and Fox, what have you been playing?
Just real quick, just want to address it. Eli did eat Marvin,
Yeah,
but that's
I'm
not here or there.
I'm my little large inflated belly now.
I've been playing a lot of Soul Calibur 2
Marvin's
lately.
like beating him.
This
Okay.
this guy's gameplay footage that we're using is not playing the same version of me. I've been playing the GameCube version, which is important because instead of Heihachi, it's Link in that version from Legend of Zelda fame. Yeah, I used to really like Soul Calibur. I played a lot of 4 back on the Xbox 360, the one that had Yoda and Starkiller and Darth Vader. And when I got my Switch 2, one of the games included on the GameCube app was Soul Calibur 2. And, having enjoyed it, I decided to start playing that. I've been really wanting to get really into a fighting game. I've never delved too deeply into any of them. And Soul Calibur's just always been the one that kind of works for me. They're never going to make fucking 7. So, I have to compromise a little bit. I've been looking at Street Fighter 6 upcoming SavePoint video, possibly, of us playing some Street Fighter 6. But for now, I've been really liking 2. It's been a lot of fun. The main thing I've been playing is its adventure mode, which is called Weapon Master in the game. It's basically just a series of missions where you fight someone, maybe a series of people in a row, and when you beat them, you move on to the next mission. You can get weird, unique weapons that do different things. They're very subtle variations. It's nothing that really changes the core of a character's moveset.
But can any character have any weapon?
No, you just select which character you're using.
Gotcha.
And then they have variants of what they're using. So, I mostly play Nightmare just because I like big, heavy damage. But the thing that's frustrating about it is there's approximately 3 billion missions. And the only way to unlock the character that I want to play the most is to do all of them.
The Lizard Man, correct?
Yes, I want to play the Lizard Man badly.
And that's his name, correct?
He is called Lizard Man, yes. That's not just me shorthanding. He is Lizard Man.
Nice.
And he seems very fun. There's one mission in the story mode where you get to play as him. And I really like the way he played. And now I have to do the rest of them. Which it's just created this thing where every time it shows more content, I'm like, oh my fucking god, just let me be the Lizard Man. Because when I finally cleared all the story missions, it went, cool. Now you can redo all of them in the harder variants. I was like, god damn it. And I started doing that, and then I cleared some of those, and then it was like, path unlocked to a new area where you have a non-hard and a hard variant for each stage in here as well.
God.
Like, god damn it. I just want to play the Lizard Man. That's all I want out of life. And look,
See, in today's woke society, you just go to a menu and turn on the Lizard Man option.
True.
I would at this point.
You would have to gruel through 80 hours of impossible challenges to play as Lizard Man.
some of them are like ridiculous too. Like there was one that was just like, yeah, you can only deal damage if it's an air combo, which this isn't really an air combo type of game. So it's like it just became a massive pain in the ass of trying to do it. And there was one that was I was stuck on for a while, where it's like 5 enemies in a row, and the timer only gets 10 seconds back each time.
I watched you.
And that
I
was
watched you do
driving
that
me
one.
insane. That was actually a second version of that I did when you were watching me,
Interesting.
because they did it twice. And some of the missions are like, here's 40 missions in a little dungeon you have to clear. It's just like, I think there's a tricky needle to thread when it comes to unlocking characters in a fighting game, because some games just give them to you all at once, and then it's like, well, now it doesn't feel like there's as much single player density, and some of them are like Smash Ultimate, where it's like, here's 5 of them, unlock the rest.
That's, in my opinion, the best way to do it. For a game like Smash, I think it's so fun to like.
For a game like Smash, yeah.
It just came out, I'm like, I got some friends together. We're gonna play for like 5 hours, and that whole time, like, we're gonna get like popped up, new character. Someone has to fight it. I think it's whoever won the fight, right? Like they have to go against the new challenger. Yeah. Like that's a really fun way of doing it. The other way of doing it that I prefer is just everybody's unlocked, and maybe you have to unlock like a boss character in in a Justice or a Mortal Kombat game. Usually you have to beat the game to get one character. Yeah,
I very much agree with that, because in like a game like Smash, I think that works really well. In a game like Soul Calibur, it's like, well, that's the guy I want to main.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird,
and it creates an issue of like, well, what if I want to go play in tournaments? It's like, if I didn't grind 80 hours of this mode that I don't really care about, I can't practice with the character I want to main for this tournament. Like, it's a tricky thing. I think the best thing is, like Eli said, just having it so that doing it unlocks like variant costumes and things like that. Which I do think is a fun way. Soul Calibur also has a lot of like, you unlock extra modes and stages and concept art and stuff. And stages are also one of those things where I'm like, I kind of wish I just had every stage unlocked. But they're not like that different. They're not like the variants of Smash Bros. Stages. So it matters less there. It's mostly just like, you can ring out on this one, you can't ring out on this one. But some of the wackier ones are neat. I'm fine with them being unlocked. Like there's ones where it's like, yeah, there's low gravity, so you go way farther when you get a launch move hit on you. And stuff like that. So if you do want to play like some party game modes and stuff, it still sort of has that. But it has been really fun, and I just wish it wasn't so much to unlock the one character I want, because otherwise I would be having a lot more fun just picking away at the Weapon Master mode, because it is a fun thing to mess around with. Some of them are horse shit, but it is like, I'm never not really having a good time when I'm playing Soul Calibur. I've also just started abusing save states, because I just could give a fuck by now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been very fun. It's a struggle getting people to play it with me, because there's no online matchmaking. Kind of my buddy Nolan will play it with me sometimes, but he gets so mad at me so easily. It's one of my favorite things about him. It's a good time anytime I can get someone to play some Soul Calibur. I may push for us to run some of that too, but
I'd be down. We played it at
we'll fill that.
Yeah. Me and Marvin played some Street Fighter last night in preparation. I had so much fun, so I'm really excited to get into that.
I saw you guys playing it. I wasn't sure if Fox was playing with you or not though.
No, we were playing like locally, so
I need a little more practice.
Oh, that makes sense.
I've not played much.
Okay. We haven't played a ton either, but I mean, I'd say at this point we have a decent grasp on like at least what the mechanics are.
Yeah, I've only really messed around in the single player World Tour mode. So I'd probably want to practice a little more with like actual characters.
Yeah.
No, I like the World Tour mode. I guess I just like fighting game single player modes. I'm realizing.
I love the ones like the way NetherRealm does it, where it's like you're still using the characters you'll be using later, but it's just like with story beats interjected. I'm not a fan when it's like a custom character that you're not going to be using like to fight your friends, because then it kind of falls into a situation you're doing where it's like, well, you spent so much time playing the single player, but only so much of that will translate to, how the game actually works when you're playing against other people, because you're not playing, the actual characters.
Yeah, but I think that's more in a way of like the customization, and it's not so crazy that it's like this has no resemblance to any existing character.
Yeah.
Because you pick a style, and then you pick the special moves, and that's kind of the extent of it.
Yeah.
So it's like you could do like a Ryu punch with like a Chun-Li basic moveset, but the normal neutral gameplay is still the same as like if you were playing as a character in there. To my knowledge, I could just be talking on my ass because, like I said, I haven't really played the other
No,
stuff.
it probably is. It probably is.
But I think it's mostly trying to introduce fighting game like habits to people through the story mode, and just sort of give you a place where you can get more comfortable with playing neutral and doing this, and not feeling like you're just getting absolutely destroyed by people online or boring training modes or just grinding the same 3 NPCs over and over forever. It does have a little bit of gear swap that I'm not a big fan of, but other than that, I think it's pretty enjoyable so far.
Okay, nice.
That's all I really had to say about Soul Calibur. Just wanted to touch on it.
Yeah, sounds good.
There's no one to ask me what I've been playing.
Oh, sorry, you didn't put anything on the list. What have you been playing?
Well, I
Eli?
thought I'd be asked. Let's see. Nothing too crazy. Fallout 76 is always in the SavePoint Discord. Gotta love it. Played a little Hearthstone Battlegrounds. Gotta love it. I did start playing a little Shovel Knight because I'm really the days are just ticking down to Mina the Hollower, and I'm like, I need some of that Yacht Club goodness. So I've just been hopping in, doing a couple of levels here and there. Nothing crazy, but
did you see that new Squeenix Zelda-like thing that they have coming up?
The Adventures of Elliot.
Yeah,
the one that takes place in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting to have that direct point of comparison. I might pick it up.
Yeah, I agree, because especially like with like them saying that Mina is like, it's like kind of a Zelda game, but they're like, yeah, it's more almost like a top-down Souls game.
Yeah.
It's just like, I would definitely prefer more of a Zelda game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you, like, when you hear that. I mean, I'm sure you're confident you're gonna enjoy the game regardless. But would you have preferred, like, if they were leaning more in that Zelda direction rather than the Dark Souls direction?
Yeah. Well, I just like puzzle games better, I mean, puzzle games more here broadly, because I like both, like Tetris-like puzzle games than games that have a lot of puzzling in them.
Yeah. Did Shovel Knight have a lot of puzzles?
Something I prefer. No,
it's pure platformer.
Okay.
Have you guys seen Elementalist, that new other top-down Zelda-style game?
No.
Oh.
That came out on the 28th of April.
Well, the Guild Wars 2, which came up, I don't think that's the right thing.
No, I'll send a link to the Steam page. I found this. Okay, yeah, I found this in the like Nintendo Switch Great Deals section. It looks pretty cool. I'm probably gonna pick it up at some point.
It has
I like this idea. Yeah, that's neat.
It seems fun. It's interesting. There's so many top-down Zelda style games coming out this year. Because I feel like it's typically not such a served niche.
Yeah.
Like, you get a lot of platformers and you get a lot of like other types of things, but the Zelda puzzle solving you don't get that much. I feel. So it's fun because this is a niche I really like. So I'm glad to have it getting fulfilled.
Nice.
But it looks cool. Yeah, I might run some Shovel Knight as well in excitement for Mina, because
it's this every I just keep seeing. Oh, I know, I love Shovel Knight. It's same for me, of course.
It's in my top 3, honestly. I fucking
me too. Yeah, easily.
Alrighty.
Hopefully Mina lives up.
Yeah, for sure. It's coming up soon. Speaking of coming up soon, let's take a little look at the SavePoint Fantasy Critic. Do a little check-in. For those that don't know, this is a video game fantasy league where each of us have drafted a certain amount of games, and we will score points based on how well those games review, according to OpenCritic. So anything above a 70, you'll get points, and below, you'll lose points. So let's look at the current standings for now, and we got to take a look at what we've got. We haven't really gone into this on the podcast, so if you want more information, please do check out the SavePoint Fantasy Critic video we did where we do the draft. We kind of explain more in depth how this works. But yeah, so my team here, Koei Tech Bro, I've had a couple releases so far. Forza Horizon 6 is sitting at a 91 on OpenCritic. That was definitely the high end of my expectations for this game, and it's been sitting there for a minute too. So I don't anticipate this going down a ton, but we'll see. Of course, it definitely could. So yeah, that's netting me 23 points. Vampire Crawlers has gotten me 84. And Fox, do you want to speak on your games?
I haven't had fucking anything come out yet, bro. It's gonna be a minute.
Yeah.
So we see how old Todd's Slop Factory's doing. I
Well, no, you
feel
got the Warhammer game in like a week. It's a couple days.
the which one?
Oh yeah.
The Warhammer game.
Oh yeah, that's coming up. I don't think that's going to be one of my heavy hitters per
Hey,
se.
you never know.
But I think it's going to do well. Why is it not letting me log into the goddamn Fantasy Critic?
I don't know. Eli,
I literally just reset my password.
I'm back. Sorry, I was moving a fan.
I will say I still think my big hitter is going to be Eternal Life of Goldman. I feel very good about that game.
Yeah, and Hollow Knight Silksong if that hits. I'm sure that'll review really well.
Why did it save my email with the letters switched around? That makes no sense.
And then we've got Macro Hard. That's Eli's group here. You've had one release.
So thankfully, the woke chuds have destroyed Mixtape. It came out. It had like a 95 or something ridiculous, and it has fallen. It has fallen so far. It's so sad.
I mean, I still think if I had picked Mixtape, I would be very happy with that score. Had I not seen it go up to 93.
Yes, it's the fall because it's like, and it really like once the controversy started really getting crazy is when it just started plummeting. It was wild. But my next game is Mina the Hollower, and I think also I do want to mention looking at the recent releases, I thought Mina the Hollower was the next thing, but it's like I don't know what this week must just be crazy packed because we have like, well, I mean we'll be talking about it on the pod, but this next week, 2 weeks has like.
Lego Batman,
6 games,
Legacy of the Dark Knight, 007, Mina the Hollower, Warhammer, 40K, and then Forza Horizon is about to come out, but there's already reviews already.
And then we'll have a drought.
Yeah, we'll have a bit of a drought.
Well, then we'll have our Summer Games Fest.
True.
Coming up, so we'll add some new stuff.
Yeah, we need to start prepping.
What do you guys feel most confident about that hasn't hit yet?
On my list, that is a great question.
Mina.
Yeah, sure. That's
Mina's gonna do fucking gangbusters.
I'm probably most confident in Fire Emblem. I think that'll do well. And I think if Duskbloods hits, that's another one I'm confident in. I think I am least confident in Orbitals because I've seen more gameplay since that's come out, and I think the gameplay doesn't look like super inventive. I'm a bit regretful on that pick, but we'll see how it goes. The art style still looks stellar.
The theming, it's the theming is like the big.
I just hope the gameplay doesn't drag it down. I hope it can hold its weight.
I'm just desperately hoping the Ocarina of Time remake doesn't come out.
It's coming. It's coming, bro.
Or that it's just like dog shit. Give it to Ilka.
There's just no way that's gonna happen.
They hired this man to make.
It's just like an Unreal 5 tech demo. If they do that shit where it like splits it into 2 games, like some people are suggesting, which it's not going to do. But if they do that, I'm hoping they make
the dumbest decision of all time that doesn't even work in the premise of the game, then yes.
It's crazy how this like. This little experiment here has been messing with my brain chemistry because it has me like, man, I sure hope that's bad. It's like this is a game I want to play.
I think everybody's got a good list. I am very scared of Eli's now that Mixtape has done so well because I do think Mina the Hollower, GTA 6, and Ocarina of Time, if those all hit, those have potential to all be like very high 80s or low 90s.
God, let them push GTA 6 back another year. That was so funny.
Fable cannot come out this year, please.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that would be the saving grace.
Basing on it not coming out. I'm very excited for it. I'm like, maybe release it in January. Do not release it in December.
We'll see. But yeah,
big games like Fable have the chance of getting pushed back to not try to compete with GTA.
Yeah,
True.
that's why I felt decently safe because even the devs have said that I think is that it's like it's close to done, or at the very least it will be releasing at that time if GTA 6 doesn't like push it out.
Yeah.
I think on the points projection thing, I think Avatar Legends is going to do a lot better than they're projecting. I think that game's going to be solid.
I don't know about a lot better, but we'll see.
So, you know, we
It looks pretty good.
could have another Invincible versus.
What are
Have
they
that too.
projecting for that?
Not great.
For
I don't even know.
Avatar, like
Projected-
3.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, probably better than a 73. Yeah.
Maybe a little 76.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alrighty. So
made that.
now, last little bit we want to discuss here is what we've been watching. Fox, this has been a long time coming. Can you regale us
Yes.
with the tale of Kamen Rider Zets?
Yeah,
Is this going to get copyright striked?
Good question.
possibly. Don't put sound.
Well,
Toei
even some of the
can
movie
beat a
trailers
bit.
without sound have been we've been getting flagged for them.
Maybe look up a Kamen Rider video game. Maybe play footage of that.
Yeah, Toei can be pretty diabolical. Yeah.
What the hell did I just write? These are old.
Anywho,
Yeah, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, that looks good. No, do that one. Yeah, that looks good.
I do not know what this is. This is not common, right?
Okay, we're just gonna go
Gonna
to
fool
this.
me.
Yeah, Kamen Rider. I've been pretty obsessed with it, I would say, for a while now. Just for context, it's like Power Rangers, pretty much. Power Rangers was adapted from a Japanese show called Super Sentai. Kamen Rider is the sister series to that. Super Sentai is now dead and in the ground for the foreseeable future. Kamen Rider still going strong. And its most recent season, which has been airing, Kamen Rider Zets, is being simulcast to YouTube for the first time. They're just uploading it. After the episode comes out, they're streaming it in like a live stream that you can watch on Sunday, and they upload the full episode the next day. Or the live stream's on Saturday, and then it gets uploaded Sunday. And it's the first one that I've been following weekly, because when I started watching it, the current season was a ways in, and I didn't feel like getting caught up, so I just decided to start watching this season as it began airing. And I've been having a lot of fun with it so far, especially these last few episodes have been really, really good. I'm one behind currently. I didn't watch last night's yet, because I've been watching with my roommates, and sometimes they take a little longer to get to it than me, and I have to worry about getting spoiled on Twitter because I'm deep in the scene with it. But I can live with that because it has been really fun having a show to watch weekly with people. And like I said, the last three have been absolutely stellar, especially. Although the whole season's been pretty solid all the way through. It's sort of they always have a different theme, different main character, different vibe.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of like, I guess you could say it's like the difference of JoJo's parts, but even less connected.
So it's like, do they have
to-
a completely different cast of characters each season, or it just
Yes.
focuses on a different character? Oh, okay.
Every time it's a new thing. You do not have to watch any previous season to watch the current season.
Okay.
You can just pick up any season on episode 1 and then watch it from there.
Okay.
There are some, like, they do crossover movies. Like, they do, like, a little summer movie where they introduce the next writer. Or they used to do that. They don't do that so much these days. But, there's a lot of ones where it's like, there's things like they get moved around, thrown into different characters. And so those, it's like, you still don't need to watch the other writer's entire season for it. But if you have, it'll be fun. There are two exceptions to that rule, and that is Kamen Rider Decade and Kamen Rider Zeo, because those are both anniversary seasons. So they have stories that tie into the other seasons. Like, they go, and there's a lot of time travel stuff in those two. But beyond that, you can just pick anyone up on episode 1. It's the thing I like to compare it to most, actually, is Doctor Who.
I love Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's
We even talked about this.
Yeah, it's a forever running series that has the cast switch out every now and again. Although Kamen Rider is a lot less caught up in its lore than Doctor Who, which has been Doctor Who's downfall lately. I think. So it's nice to have that. This current season is following a character who is essentially a secret agent who goes on missions inside people's dreams to defeat nightmares.
Ooh, that's cool.
And it's really interesting how much they put into this. Like the scenes where they're not in the suits are still, like the action's still sick, and then when they get in the suits, the action is sick. If you like martial arts movies and stuff, you will like Kamen Rider.
It's live action, right?
Anime, yes.
Okay.
If you like shonen anime, you will like Kamen Rider. There are times when the effects look pretty dog shit, which is another comparison to Doctor Who. But it kind of makes me respect it because they're like, we don't really care. We want to do this, so we're gonna go for it.
Yeah. Not letting that stop them from achieving their vision.
Yeah, there's like anytime they fly, it tends to look terrible. That's a pretty common thing. And they always insist on giving a form where they fly.
Of course.
But it's enough fun, and you just sort of go along with it that it just doesn't end up mattering, really. Even the most, like, mid-seasons tend to have stuff that's fun to watch in it. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to have, eventually, a video on here where I have Eric and Marvin rank all of the suits, just on aesthetic sensibility. Which I think will be a lot of fun, because you guys have never really seen it.
Yeah.
I believe.
Too bad you already made me do it.
I did make Eli do that just in a voice call one night. So,
you can share my results later.
Yeah.
Share it at the
end.
I
did not save them.
I did not save them.
Well, you just have to redo it then.
They're up here.
Yeah, you can still be in the video. And so that should be fun when we get to it. But this could be like, I could talk about this for hours on end.
It's good to set in stone your thoughts on one of your favorite series at some point.
Yeah, I won't carry it on too long here. Just this season's been really fun.
Nice.
And I recommend that anyone who likes it goes and watches it. There's also a lot of other seasons free just on YouTube, on Tubi. They're usually licensed through Shout. Like Shout Factory TV, they do a lot of...
we love Shout Factory TV. It's so good.
They have a lot of old monster movies, a lot of cheesy old things, weird old comedies. It's pretty fun for that kind of stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a lot of seasons. I recommend just starting on whichever one you think is coolest looking, unless you want to watch the new one, which has been good so far. The next season already has some key visuals out, so it's going to be fun in the whole leaking cycle. But that's all I really have to say about Zets, because neither of you have watched it.
Yeah. Nice.
But yep, just wanted to get that out there.
Cool. Me and Eli have been watching something that is about to end for good, and that is The Boys. We've talked a bit about The Boys on the podcast, but we are now both caught up fully. The season finale, I think, airs this week. Series finale, rather.
Yeah, it does.
And yeah, what have you thought of this season? I mean, we're pretty much wrapped up. We've seen what we're going to see of The Boys. The finale's not even particularly long. It's about an hour, so.
Yeah. I don't think it's any longer than in a normal episode.
Yeah.
I think that I don't think on the pod I've talked about The Boys comic, but I think that the show and the comic almost have an inverse problem, where like The Boys comic, all of the like the plot of The Boys comic is really good, but it's everything surrounding it and all like the side stuff that it's like just so over the top that it's like kind of off-putting and not very it like brings everything else down with it. But I think the show, all of the side stuff and like kind of the fun goofy adventures and the characters are all really fun.
Yeah.
And the individual episodes can be really fun, but the main plot is usually just not good.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been the problem with this series, is that each individual episode I've been like, yeah, that's a pretty good episode, but it's like in service of the main plot and the season as a whole. And even knowing that it's the last season, it's like it's not doing it. It's just not doing it for me. Even though like the last episode, like I enjoyed it a lot and I thought it was good, but it's like there's one more left and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna watch the next episode and it's gonna be fine and good, but it's like as a finale, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
I would put season 5 above season 4 for sure. I thought season 4 was pretty bad all around. I think season 5 has had a lot of redeeming qualities, and I think season 5 is showcasing The Boys at its like most decent on the scale. Like it's not bad. It's not really great either, but it's still like fine. Like it's good. It's decent TV. That is kind of, I think, expanded by some of the characters and by some of like the funny, like goofy side stuff that they're doing. That, like you said, is usually a good time. But I think this season has just had like a few problems. I do think the pacing of what the main thrust of the plot has been it's almost felt like pointless. Like where they were from the beginning of the season to where they are now, they're kind of just in the same boat. Homelander's a little stronger, and they haven't come super close to figuring out how they're going to defeat him. And that's like what season 4 was about too. It was just them trying and failing to figure out a way to defeat Homelander, and they failed to do that in every episode. So that pretty much has been the plot. And then the individual character stories have kind of, had more interesting kind of advancements. It's just that main plot that is not great. And this season so far has had such a bad problem of, it's hard to tell when you're watching it, but when you compare it to like the first and second season, the amount of just like the characters like just standing in a room and talking to each other is exponentially higher than it was in those earlier seasons. The locations have felt pretty much the same like all season. I feel like they've been talking in the same rooms.
Like a warehouse.
Yeah. They're in a warehouse, they're in Homelander's room. They're in the 7 like circle room, or they're in like, a random office. And that's it. That's pretty much all the locations. And the first seasons did a much better job of spanning different things and also like satirizing the idea of like superheroes better and still doing it in an interesting way. Yeah, exactly. In the genre. It's really just become a satire of politics, which some of it's like, okay, but a lot of it is just like so on the nose and so obvious that it's not really funny.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like,
that they were like ahead of the curve on though, right? Like,
oh, for sure. Yeah. But it's still just like you see all these like Trump, allegories with Homelander, and it makes sense. But when that is kind of half the show at this point, it's just like, what are we even like? We know Trump is a dictator, right, basically, right? Like that's what he's trying to be, as Homelander is. And so, what are you doing to make that more interesting? And the answer is kind of nothing at this point.
They're doing the whole like Homelander is like. He's like wanting to become God or wanting people to see him as God, but I feel like they're not even doing that well. Like it's I don't know. It feels it's like it's strange. It's because it's like it seems like obviously none of the people around him believe it, but it's almost like he doesn't even believe it. It doesn't seem believable. It's very strange.
Yeah, he just seems like he's delusional. Everybody kind of has to go along with it because he's unhinged, and that's it.
Yeah. And then like there's like weird stuff with like Soldier Boy where it's like the entire season they're like, we can't get this Gen V1 soup serum for him. We can't give it to him, and then he's just like, I'm just gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
And then he just puts him in in his cell thing again. It's like, okay, why did
we are back where we started again? And people have said this, and I think it's true. The more the season has gone on, there is that spin-off show coming, the like Bot Rising thing.
It's just
and a good chunk of this season has been just them setting up for the spin-off, which is like, and it's obvious too because they're introducing characters that don't have any real relation to what's going on. They just force it in is what it feels like. They're just forcing in the fact that this character that's definitely going to be in Bot Rising is actually this character's uncle's friend from back in this day, and so that's how they're related now, and they came back and now we're talking to them, and they're having like these emotional moments where we're like, I have absolutely no investment in any of these characters. Why are we spending time on this in the last season of this show? It makes absolutely no sense. I don't know. It's just,
and even stuff like, well, like, I mean, not to spoil the comic here, but I don't recommend it
Yeah.
you guys even try to read it. But like kind of what happens in that is that like Homelander doesn't like become God or anything. He just like breaks and he's like, oh, me and all the superheroes are going to just take over the United States. So he goes, kills the president, all this stuff, and then the boys show up and kill him, right? But then Butcher's like, oh, we need to just literally kill every superhero. So they have the virus, and he's like, we got to release this virus, but it's like, oh, all of the people in the world, like the soups have been like around for so long and stuff that basically like the entire human race has some trace of Gen V or Gen V. What am I saying? Of Compound V in them. So the virus will just probably kill like everyone. So like he like goes and he like the other boys try to stop him and he kills them and like keeps trying to release the virus, which like I kind of was hoping that's what was just going to happen at the end of the show. Like, especially with like how every season it's just Butcher like, I'm going to do something that the boys are going to hate. And then in the beginning of this, like they either like, Butcher, we're never going to work with you again. And then in the beginning of the next season, they just do it again. And that's what every single season of the show is.
Like, we're not joining your team. I'm putting together a team.
That is what it feels like
every single season is. Yes.
Do you think there's going to be a scene where Homelander's like, Homelander, what a joke, and then he puts on Billy Butcher's shirt?
I wish that'd be really funny.
And it's just they've done a weird thing. Like some of the characters that I felt like in this season were finally starting to become characters, like Firecracker. Like spoilers for the last few episodes, but she dies in the most unceremonious way. Literally in the episode where she gets the most development. And I'm like, wow, I'm actually like starting to understand her as a character and what her motives are. Then they kill her and they just don't talk about her anymore. It's like, okay, well, you guys finally had something going like for this character and then it's over. And they've done it with a few other characters as well. But, you know, it's a lot of complaining. I do still come around to what you're saying, though, Eli, of like the individual episodes still are entertaining. I think they know how to make like these good, you know, compacted stories. It's just when you do take a step back and look at like, you know, even some of the individual scenes and all these, it's like, what really are we even doing at this point with this show? Like, why is this show still running? I feel like I genuinely feel like we've been chasing the same plot line since season 3 and have not had any actual interesting developments to these characters and like their arcs. They've just kind of been the same thing. I don't know. I
even like it's like they also just kind of like seemingly throw away plot lines at nothing. Like at the very beginning of the season, they like release the video from the first season that they're like, Homelander, if you ever do anything crazy, we're releasing this video of you. And the first episode they release it, and then they're just like, oh yeah, that's AI, and then they never mention it again. And I'm like, oh, okay, what?
Yeah.
And then even like the stuff with the virus stuff, it's like the entire season has been them like, we gotta make a virus to kill Homelander, and then Homelander sends his dad, the most powerful superhero ever, to go stop them, knowing that they're just gonna put the virus on him to kill him. They do that, and then he's like, I'm still gonna work with you. What? And then the virus, it's like, what was the point of all of that virus stuff now? Because now they're just trying to do a completely different
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it feels like
give someone his power.
Yeah, like all the meta season progression that they were doing, even from the 4th season, because the 4th season was also about creating the virus in the first place. So we spend all of the 4th season creating this virus. We spend all the 5th season like trying to test it and like complaining and figuring out what to do with it in like the same scene 10 times over of you know, them trying to figure out what to do.
Like, should we kill our friend? Because like there's some good superheroes. Should we kill them? And then like even the last episode, didn't they like Huey just was like, I'm gonna dump this everywhere. It's like they were like, we're just gonna release it.
Well, because finally Starlight and Kimiko like kind of wear him. Yeah, they kind of wear him down to the point where they're like, no, it's fine. Like we can die too. And then now they just realize, oh wait, the virus isn't gonna work against Homelander. There's no point in using it. Okay, like, all right. There's been no struggle for Butcher about like Butcher's goal has been, we need to kill the soups, or we need to kill Homelander. Killing the soups, if we end up having to do that, that's fine. But my main goal is to kill Homelander. Now that the virus won't kill Homelander, and he knows that, the whole idea of like the moral dilemma of, oh, but are we gonna have to kill all these soups? It's gone. It's out of the window. Like you're saying, like that comic storyline, I don't think they can do it anymore, because it's like,
No, yeah,
Butcher has it. But it's not like Butcher's been like, we need to kill all the Soups. That's what needs to happen because we know that, someone like Homelander is going to, come up again. Certain characters have said that throughout the show, but that's not what Butcher's talking about at this point. He just wants to kill Homelander.
They've even been softening him.
Yeah.
Like these last few episodes, they've like softened him up. But it's like, I don't.
Yeah.
It's just. I feel like there was something else I was going to say. I don't know. Yeah, the individual episodes are fine, and I'm sure the finale is going to be fine too. It's probably going to be an enjoyable. Like I'll sit through and watch it, but I'll be like, what's like. And I think the biggest disappointment is like all the Soldier Boy stuff because it's like even like the ending of season 3 where it's like it doesn't. It's so many. It's like why I've something about that character. It's like it just draws out the worst possible writing they can do because like the ending of season 3, it's like for Fox basically he has this power from being experimented on for like years that he can like shoot this crazy energy blast out of him and just take away people's superpowers, right? And so in the third season, they're like, hey, could you help us kill this Homelander guy because he's crazy and we got to kill him? And he's like, yeah, okay. So they do stuff with him through the entire season, and then in the last episode, Butcher's wife, who was raped by Homelander's son, like the Homelander baby, is there, and she was like, "You got to protect him," and he's like, "Okay." And at that last episode, they're like, they get him in the room, they're gonna take away his powers, but he's there. He's like, "Wait, you can't do this. You can't do," and he's like. They're like, what? And then he just like turns evil and starts attacking them all of a sudden. It's like, what is happening, bro? And now they brought him back in this 5th season, even though there is no reason for him to like Homelander at all.
Yeah.
They were just like, yeah, actually, he was in love with this person, I guess.
Since they were basically
like,
both in love with the
mom.
same person at some point.
Yeah. Who's a Nazi?
Yeah,
a Nazi character.
Yeah. Then Soldier Boy has a change of heart. And now he's just gone, and they've already confirmed he's not going to be in the season finale. So it's like, why did you guys even bring him back this season?
Well, but it's like it's not even a change of heart. It's like Homelander wants to get the original serum so that he is immune to this virus.
Yeah. And
they're like, Soldier Boy's like, oh yeah, obviously we can't let him do that because you also are immortal if you take that. You just can't die.
Yeah.
And so that's why Soldier Boy's like still been alive for like 100 years or whatever. And they go on like a mission. And Soldier Boy's like, I will never give it to you. You are never going to get this. I will destroy it. And then like the next episode, he just keeps helping him try to find it. And then they don't find it. And then the next episode, they finally do get it. And he has it. And he's like, yeah, you can have it. It's what this dead Nazi would have wanted. What? Why did he do that?
And then now that was finally an interesting thing of like, okay, are the boys going to get this? It's called V1, so that they can stop Homelander from getting it, and B, figure out how to like use it against him or something, right? Or I don't know. They wanted it to make their people immune from the virus. So it's like a double whammy. Nice. Yeah. Are the boys going to get it first, or is Homelander going to get it first so that he can become immortal? And then like the conflict finally happens, and then Soldier Boy's just like, yeah, you know what, Homelander, you can have it. And then Homelander takes it. Okay, now he's immortal, and all the stuff we've been building up towards, the boys are literally just like, well, we got to figure out something else to do now, and that's just where they're at. So. Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah, it looks like Eli might have cut out there. I don't know where he went.
I cut out there. Okay, I'm glad you paused it.
Okay.
Oh wait, let me try my phone connected.
Yeah,
okay, what were you saying?
Oh no, just the futility of all they've worked up for this season.
Yeah, it sounds pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah, it is. It is. But anyway, that was.
Are we live again?
Yeah, we're live. We're live.
Oh. Okay. I also just want to say, like, the episode where they give him, or where Soldier Boy gives it to him, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Homelander like lasers open his skin so he can like inject it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is so crazy. And he injects it, and then he starts going like crazy powerful and shooting lasers out of his eyes everywhere.
Does, like,
and the boys and Butcher's like, we gotta run. And then that's how the episode ends. It's like, oh my gosh, how is the next episode going to open? And it opens, and it's just like they're all like, oh well, it's over. There's nothing we can do. And then but Homelander's just like, yeah, we got to open this amusement park.
Yeah.
And nothing changes at all. It like and then Soldier Boy's like, it's like, he's like, yeah, Soldier Boy, there's gonna be a place in the park for you because you gave me the stuff. And he's like, bro, I don't care. I'm just gonna leave and go to this place. And Homelander's like, what? Like, what? Why? And he's like, I only gave that to you because of the Nazi. But I hate you so much. I'd rather kill myself than live with you for the rest of my life. And it's like, what are we talking about? You could have just not given that to him. Why did you do that? It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. And also, like, the boy's just standing there while Soldier Boy hands it to him, knowing damn well that if Homelander puts that in himself, he will become invincible. So the fact that they had a super, they had Butcher, they should have just tried to fight him, you know? I don't know.
Yes, yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, Eli, one of the other things you wanted to talk about that you had seen was the Punisher.
Sorry, is my camera not
special.
working?
The camera's not working.
It seems like you've turned into an epic loading screen.
Yeah.
There's also a little green on the top there.
A little greenly?
But yeah, the Punisher special.
Yeah, now I'm back in glorious HD. Yeah, so I'm very disappointed that no one here watched it, despite the fact that I was like, guys, you have to watch this. It's very funny.
You didn't tell me.
I almost am 1000% sure I said it in our share chat.
You said, Eric, you have to watch
I think you only
this.
told me to watch it. Yeah.
Really?
I was like, cool, because I haven't watched The Punisher.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Daredevil. I haven't watched any of the Marvel shows.
You honestly, you don't need to have seen like anything. It's super self-contained. Yeah, I kind of loved it, kind of in an ironic way, because it's like it's really unintentionally funny, but it's not like bad. Like it's like a very like dad movie. But it's not even a movie. It's like almost like half of a movie because it's like 40, 50 minutes long. It feels like the second half of a movie, but like not in like kind of in a good way, because it starts off and it's like it starts off and it's like the Punisher's having like PTSD schizo attacks, and he's like gonna kill himself and then he doesn't, and then this like lady comes up and she's like, hey, the Punisher, I know your entire family got killed, mine did too. And it's like this kind of cool montage of her like family, and it's like kind of implied that they're like in the mob getting killed, and then it's like slowly kind of like reveals like, oh, it was Frank Castle doing that. I'm like, oh, okay, that was pretty cool the way they did that. And then she's like, Frank, I'm sending the entire neighborhood of delinquents and schizos to come kill you. You have 5 minutes to prepare. And it's like, I'm not even joking. That's literally what the entire thing is. Okay. Because, well, there's a little bit in the beginning. It's like the perfect, like, it's like this movie had to have been written by someone that like only watches Fox News.
Well, I think John Bernthal wrote it, or he like co-wrote it or something.
Oh yeah, he definitely had a huge part in it.
Yeah.
There's a part in this where like, before that happens, where Frank's like goes to like get some coffee or something, and he's in this coffee shop, and there's like this homeless man like tweaking, like going crazy, like swinging this like pipe around in this coffee shop. The owner's like, "You got to get out of here, man! You're going crazy! You got to get out of here!" And then, and I think Frank, like, he doesn't do anything to stop it, but then he leaves and he's like walking through the city, and there is like the most comical amount of violence and crime and just like crazy people running around like breaking glass and stuff, and it's just framed on his face like walking through the city, and it is
Mom, Donnie's funny. New York.
Yes, no, that's all I could think when I was watching it. I was like audibly laughing at this part because it also goes on for like 3 minutes. Like, he's not saying anything, nothing's happening. He's just walking through the city, like crazy stuff's happening. My god. And then that's what sets up. She's like, I'm sending the whole neighborhood after you. And then the rest of the movie's kind of like crazy random schizo people like busting into his apartment and trying to like beat him to death with baseball bats, and he's like grabbing knives, like there's like some parts where he's just randomly starts like stabbing people with like a blunt object like 500 times for like no reason. It's literally just people crashing through walls and him shooting them, and then it ends and he's like, I'm back to being the Punisher. And I don't know why they have to keep doing this like weird, like him having PTSD, because they do this in the show and stuff too, where it's like, bro, just let him just kill people. Like, he can just go kill criminals. He doesn't always have to be like having some mental battle. Just let him be like, oh, that guy's like evil, let me kill him. There is a really funny part. The movie opens with these like crazy like I don't know, like gangster guys. Like there's this old homeless man. He's got like this cute little dog, and they come up and they like take his dog, and he's like, no, no, don't take my dog. And then they just throw it in front of like a bus, and the old man's like, the old man is like sobbing and crying, and that's the beginning of the movie.
Oh.
But then at the end of the movie, when Frank is like, he's like, I'm back to being the Punisher. He encounters that same homeless man and the gangster people, and he's like, Frank, help me. Those guys stole my hat or something. And he's like, he like gets the hat back from the guy and like punches him a couple times or something. And the guy's like, I'm sorry. And I'm not exaggerating what happens here at all. And the homeless guy's like, that's not all he took. And then Frank just turns around and has a machete, like an axe, and just throws it at the guy and kills him. That is the only thing the homeless guy says. It's just, that's not all he took, and like is crying. And he just Frank executes this guy. It is so funny.
I need to.
We should watch it in a call. I think it is hilarious.
I'm down.
I was dying. Yeah, so it was super enjoyable. I definitely super recommend it. It's such like a dad movie. But yeah, it's really, really funny. And the action's fine in it too. But it's just, there's so much of it, it's nonstop that it makes it hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, we should definitely watch it in a call.
That would be a good time.
It would be really funny.
All right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think there was one more thing you wanted to discuss.
This was a little bit more of a surprise because it was last night's episode of From. I spoke about From on the program before. Pretty good. I think last night's episode unironically might be a contender for the best episode of From ever, because it's like, wow, stuff actually happened and the plot progressed. Not to, I don't want to get into too much specifics, but there's just a really funny moment that's almost taken straight out of the movie Barbarian, where some of the main characters are like in this like cabin, and they're like, man, I hope those crazy evil things we pulled out of the lake aren't evil. And then one of them busts through the wall like immediately after they say that, and then just like there's just one random like I'm sure he probably has a name, but he's some like background cast actor. And they're like, oh my bro, and he like jumps, the evil thing jumps on top of him and then just gets their hand and like grabs it into his mouth and rips his jaw off and starts stuffing his arm down into his chest. And it's so over the top. It's so funny. But yeah, it was a pretty that's basically the only thing I can talk about without just like having to go through 45 minutes of exposition dumps. You'd even remotely understand what I'm talking about. One of the characters is just high on mushrooms for 90% of the episode, and he's just having like weird hallucinations to try to figure out what the mysteries of From Island are.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Sounds fire.
All right. I think we had a community question as well. Am I?
Oh, we do.
Crazy. What was that question?
Let me pull it up because I don't think I sent it to you.
Okay.
All right. This comes in from Pond Scum.
Oh.
Thank you, Pond Scum.
Shout out.
Community question. He said, discuss your games of the year so far and explain why it's not Fallout 76.
I was actually just talking to Marvin last night about like doing that being a topic of an episode actually.
Interesting. Well, hey, we got it out of the way.
Yeah. What would be my game of the year so far? That is a good question. What have I played?
I know mine. Mine definitely
I know
is
mine as well.
Pokopia at this point is I hardcore binged that game. It was so fun. I don't think we might have talked about it a little bit on the podcast, but I haven't played it much recently just because I kind of finished all the story stuff and quests, but I definitely burnt myself out a little bit on it for playing it so much. But like once there's some new content added, or I just get like a really itch for it, I know I'll hop back in and get obsessed with it again. And it's not Fallout 76. How's it not Fallout 76? It's it is similar to Fallout 76 in some ways, being like the post-apocalyptic.
This is the Zelda thing all over again.
I mean, you do find lore through notes. That's how you piece together the story.
That's every video game. Guy who's played Fallout 76 plays his third video game.
So yeah, that's how it's not Fallout 76.
Nice. What was yours, Fox?
Mine so far is Mugenics.
That's a
Interesting.
good one.
It's very interesting. The further I get into it, the more stuff starts clicking. The more it really starts like feeling more and more like it's hitting that Isaac part of my brain. I haven't completely fallen down the rabbit hole just yet. It very well could happen. I am not super far still. I haven't really played a lot of games that have come out this year by that token. But even if I had, this game is like, I feel it almost grabbing me in a way where I have to be careful with it. If it felt a little better to control on Steam Deck, it probably would have me like deep in its clutches. But I don't super love playing stuff with the trackpads. It works in a pinch.
Interesting. I thought you were a trackpadder.
I like using it for little things, but using it for the
but not as a
game,
main
much.
control point.
Yeah, like it's really nice to have to like map radial menus and stuff too.
Yeah.
But in terms of like controlling it like a mouse substitute, it doesn't feel as good as just using a mouse on a computer. But that game, it just has so much personality and there's so much cool shit. And as I unlock more and more upgrades and get stronger cats, it gets more and more interesting.
Nice.
So I think it's definitely something really special.
And how is it not Fallout 76?
Well, in a lot of ways, it's pretty similar to Fallout 76.
Is it a post-apocalyptic world?
There's like mutant flies around, so it's pretty much the same game.
Oh, okay. Nice. I think for mine, I've only played a handful of games that have come out this year. Soros. I played. Oh, what was the other one? Marathon. Got into that, and I've enjoyed both of those quite a bit. But I think number one would probably be Resident Evil Requiem. I think just like the experience of playing that, I played it with SavePoint Marvin. That stream VOD is up on our YouTube channel. If you'd like to see it, was just such a good time. It is like everything I wanted in a Resident Evil game. I had very high expectations for it, and I feel like all of those were met. It surprised me many times. There were so many great moments. The gameplay was just so solid. The story was solid. The characters were great. In terms of what I had the most fun playing this year, it'd probably be that. I think Soros definitely was reaching those points in like the last half and Marathon kind of throughout. But yeah, I think Resident Evil is my game of the year so far.
I've heard there's a chunk in Resident Evil that's a little shaky for some folks. Did you hit?
Yeah, so some people aren't huge fans of the kind of the big Leon section. It's when you go to Raccoon City and it's kind of turns into more of an action game. But I really enjoyed it. It's just different. The first half is more survival horror. This one is more of like the action side of Resident Evil. But the action in Resident Evil feels so good, and there's still a lot of like really cool set pieces and like mechanics that are unique to just that portion of the game that were really neat. I think, and I kind of explained this when we talked about it on the podcast, but the drabness of that area is probably the only thing that I wasn't a big fan of. It's very gray and like beige, whereas like the first part of that game is so like interesting visually. That's probably my only complaint about it, but just that game is near perfect, I would say. It is so incredible.
I'm not sure if this is out yet.
Oh yeah, it's pretty similar. It's got a lot of mutants and things like that. So I'd say it's pretty similar to Fallout 76.
Same game.
I don't know if this is out yet, but I saw that there's like some like Leon Must Die or something thing coming out. Is that out?
Yeah, it is.
Have you done it, Eric?
Really like it.
I have not tried it. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to, but I was really hoping for like a mercenaries mode. I think this is kind of meant to replace that. We'll see. I don't know what the main differences are, but I'm definitely going to give it a shot. I just might need to reinstall the game first.
I see.
But yeah, that about does it for the SavePoint Report episode 9. Thank you so much if you got this far. We will be celebrating our 10th episode next week.
The big
so
10.
Please look forward to that.
I can't believe it's only been 10 weeks since
I know, right?
First started this beautiful podcast.
Yep.
Do you think this will be the last podcast that we do before the hantavirus has fully taken over society and our lives?
No, I think we've got a couple more.
You think
at that point, we'll have to fully dedicate
it
ourselves to the SavePoint cause.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when SavePoint really explodes, you know.
Daily uploads.
True, yeah.
But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe and do all that fun stuff. We've got the game club coming up this week, and the we've got our podcast next week, hopefully around the same time. But yeah, thanks for watching. I've been Eric.
Viewer question. Don't forget the viewer question. Drop some viewer questions.
Yes.
In the comments.
Yep, please do. We will answer them on the next episode.
Anything.
Yep, anything.
Whatever you have, baby.
But yeah, thanks to Fox and Eli for joining the pod. And we'll see you next time.
Huh?
It's like that mountain.